What's up, friends? It's Dueling Fates patch notes has been received. Thank you, Rampuma.
Do it live!
So this is Dueling Fates, huh? The 707 update is finally here. Well, very, very nearly here. 2 new heroes. Pangolier. A melee... I don't know if the carrying you could disable the durable escape initiator. Eager to dash into danger at a moment's notice. I've read this through briefly, but I haven't read it through properly. The finest warrior in the world? There's not even a contest. Alright, so let's look at his abilities. Swashbuckle. Dashes to a new position, assaulting enemies in the target direction with multiple quick thrusts. So attack... Oh, I see. So you target an area and then the direction you want to attack. Interesting. Alright, let's have a look at Shield Crash. So it does damage and grants him temporary damage reduction the more heroes he hits. Then you got Heart Piercer. Reads his enemies perfectly, deftly slipping his blade past defenses to give his attacks a chance to slow the target and fully negate enemy armor. So it's when that heart goes through. So he's hitting this guy. So there, boop, they now have no armor. That's crazy. That is crazy. So he can dash through, and Swashbuckle will proc Heart Piercer. So watch this. That's it standard on Bristle. Now watch this. He attacks through and hits the clockwork. Watch this. Whoa. So he hits him a few times, and then there's the Heart Piercer. And now his ult, Rolling Thunder, which you could also use to jump. So he basically becomes Sonic the Hedgehog. And can break trees. Stuns any enemies he hits. A magic immune ball. That's insane. That is insane. So just to clarify... He has basically a dash move, which is like a blink that obviously the only damage isn't going to stop you from swashbuckling. So that's like similar to a 4-staff. Then you have Shield Crash, which is like an AoE slow and damage. Sorry, so it's an AoE damage with damage reduction. And he can negate your armor, and then he can turn into a ball that can stun everybody it hits, and that is not a small stun either. And he can do Shield Bash while he's doing that. Insane. Alright, so he's crazy. Alright, he's crazy. We know that. The ult does a ton of damage too. God damn. Thorzibo, shut up. Who the fuck cares about the new heroes? Look at the rebalance. We're getting there, dude. Alright, we're getting there. We're getting there. Apathetic Pantomime, chill, dude. Chill, we're getting there. We're getting there. You don't rush it. Alright, you go through the patch notes. You don't just scan through. Alright, we go through the patch notes nice and slow. Just chill. Just chill. It's fine. Dark Willow. This is for Apathetic Pantomime. He specifically requested to have a look at a really good in-depth look at the new hero. So we'll do that. Okay. Get the hat on for this one. Is that on straight? Doesn't feel like it's on straight. It's because I got this headset on. There we go. That feels better. Okay. Plague. Plague, do you want to get on Discord and we can chat a little bit? If you want to, feel free. I'm in Discord anyway. Dark Willow. A little mischief never killed anyone. A slight flutter, blah, blah, blah. So she's like a sort of... Alright, have you read this?
I've not read it. I've read a little bit of it. I've gotten to Beastmaster. So
okay, alright. Scroll back
I won't spoil it for you up to there.
No, I have read a fair old bit of it first. So hang on, Munt has messaged me. Fancy doing a patch analysis this evening from Munt. Munt, if you're watching this, get on, son.
I can
It's you, me, and
drag him
Plague.
in. He's in Munt's Fortress at the moment with a
Is he?
Heroes
Hold
of
on.
the Storm stack.
I'll go message him.
Why?
Munt,
Why?
I'm doing that patch analysis you wanted to do. Me and Plague are doing it. Hop in when you're ready, buddy, okay?
Oh, right. It'll
Alright.
be much later because I'm playing stuff. But
Okay, dude. He says he's fucking busy.
Fucking busy, is he?
Disgusting. Alright, Dark
Well,
Willow.
no, he's a big streamer, Period. He doesn't have time for us anymore.
Oh, is he
you know?
streaming, is he?
I don't think he's streaming, no.
Oh, okay. So I'm if you go to the page, Plague, I'm on
Yep.
Dark Willow abilities. That's where I'm up to,
Okay.
okay? Bramble Maze creates a maze of brambles that latch onto enemies who walk into a thicket, damaging them and applying a root. So it's like really ugly, huge effect.
It's
like,
quite an
It's
insane.
absolutely massive, and I can imagine it's being as annoying as the Arc Warden Wraiths or whatever, where they
Could
just
be, yeah.
stick it on
It's
AoE,
definitely-
take damage, slow. I mean, a root, that's pretty big.
It's definitely like a zone control thing. I don't think you expect it to hit people if you cast it on them, but you can. Let's say you cast it on a shrine
Right.
area.
Yeah,
They just can't go near their shrine then, or
It lasts a long ass time as well. Look at
it
that
does
shit.
as well.
Alright, Shadow Realm. Recedes into
What
the
a
Shadow
fucking
Realm,
name.
becoming untargetable
Excuse
and
me,
gaining
bitch.
increasing bonus magic damage for her next attack the longer she remains in the shadows. So she
If
goes
she
into Shadow
stays-
Realm. Does that mean she's invisible? Or she's not, is
No,
she? She just goes into a different...
untargetable. And if she stays in for the full duration, her next attack does plus 360 bonus damage.
Jesus. Where are you seeing that?
I've been watching a bit of Sheep stream at the same time and reading some of the abilities,
Okay.
like in detail
Is she playing on the test server or something?
on the test servers. Yeah.
Okay. Cursed Crown. Dark Willow bestows a cursed Fey crown upon an enemy. After a 4-second delay, the target and any other enemies nearby are 4 seconds. 4-second delay is a pretty long time.
It's enough time to get out of the way, but it's quite a long stun. It's like 2
Yeah.
seconds, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, if you combo that with other things, I could imagine it being pretty peppy.
Dark Seal Wall. That'd be pretty
Yeah.
sick, actually.
I mean, that plus Vacuum is pretty big. Bedlam. Dark Willow's companion Jex circles around her, dealing damage to nearby enemies. By the way, you know that Dark Willow and Jex sounds like a platformer that I would never play. Like, people would say, "Oh, it's really
It
good. It
really
was really
does, actually.
beautiful. It was a really beautiful game." I
Oh,
was
it's
like,
a great
"Nah."
experience. It's like Ori
Oh.
and the Blind Forest.
Exactly. It's like that shit.
Dark
Never
Willow
gonna
and
play
Jex.
it. Never gonna play it. All right, Terrorize. So finally, we have like a fear spell in Dota.
Yeah, the only one is Lone Druid's. Eve.
Lone Druid is the only other one, right? Terrorize. And this is a big old AoE. Cause them to run towards their home fountain. Cannot be used while Bedlam is active.
So those are the two ultimate abilities.
She has
So
two.
when you level them up, it levels both of them up at the same. I think anyway. When you level them up, it levels both of them up at the same time, and you can only activate one at once, and they share a cooldown. I think.
Wow. So that's like an AoE damage dealer or an AoE fear. Interesting.
Yep.
All right, emblems of the dueling face. Blah 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 blah. There's all kinds of
Yeah,
shit. that comes
Mortals
in. Yeah.
Workshop.
Ranked seasons. In this update, we've reworked how the matchmaking rating system works for both ranked and unranked, changing to a 6-month seasonal system. We don't have 6-month seasons, we have 3-month seasons, but okay. These regular seasons will ensure that MMR is both recent and accurate for all players, which will lead to better quality games. During each season, all players will earn a medal for their profile based on peak skill for that season. I'm not going to have any medals, Plague. I'm not going to have any medals. There are 7 different medals, and within each medal there are 5 stars of progress to earn toward the next medal. Your current medal, as well as your previous seasons, will be displayed. At the start of each season, all players will recalibrate MMR, seeded by their previous season's MMR. Your current historical preseason MMR value will be recorded and selectable, and ranked players will continue to be able to track their current seasonal MMR value. I'm excited.
So my several years of claiming to be 4K whilst not playing solo queue have come to an end. It seems.
I know, and my long period
I'm
of
gonna
being
actually earn my rank.
3K. Hero guides can now be viewed in the Learn tab, allowing players easy access to a wealth of communal Dota knowledge. Blah blah blah. You can also drag, drop,
It's
and
just
annotate.
it's basically Tortellini's. Like he literally just designed it for them and gave
This
it to
is-
them,
that is
as far as I
awesome.
can tell.
That is all. Each guide calls out its gameplay patch and which role it covers, so you'll never feel lost in battle again. Fantastic. Turbo mode, which I hope isn't what Dota becomes. Everything's just faster and more bollocks. But it would be, obviously, for newer players, I think that's good. And let's say you only have
Yeah.
half an hour, bosh out a turbo mode game. I think that's actually pretty clever. Ability draft update, who cares? Ancient Apparition remodel. Kaldra is
cares?
looking
Excuse
cooler
me,
than ever.
bitch.
That's a pun.
Yep.
That's a
That's a
ban.
pun.
And
That's
on
That's a
plus
ban.
note state.
Thank you, the Red Wake, for the 30-month sub. Very impressive. Ancient Apparition. So then there's new ambient effects. Blah blah blah. The ping wheel. So you won't just ping. You can ping a thing, like put a ward here or attack here or blah blah blah. So
yeah, I don't know how it. I'm guessing if you just hold Alt, it'll pop up the wheel.
Yeah, I think it's
I
probably
don't know if that
something
means
like
you can only use the wheel or if you can just still spam ping or things like that.
Maybe.
I don't really know.
All
It's
right.
very light on details sometimes.
Some of the word we're gonna come to that, but there's a lot of wording that is super fucking sketchy and doesn't really describe anything at all, and a hell of a lot of grammatical and spelling errors. But we'll come to that. All pick draft order is now A B B A A B B A A B.
That's really, really cool. I love
It
that.
is.
I absolutely love that.
An interesting change. Each day, 10 heroes are selected automatically as bonus heroes for the day. Bonus heroes provide you with a free mango on selection.
This is the
Nuts.
dumbest. This is the dumbest change I've ever
This
seen in
is
Dota 2.
randoming no longer gives bonus gold. Instead, you get a fucking iron branch. I mean, Jesus. It's to do away with randoming.
The randoming is no longer good to do, but if you do it, you get a really fast wand. That's basically what it said. And removed repicking, so if you get fucked, you're fucked.
It's so bad. I mean, you know what the weird thing is I was moaning. It's quite interesting. When you look through the patch notes, I'm not saying I had anything to do with it, but I spent a lot of time talking to the beta testing guys who have a lot of input into this. I spent an awful lot of time moaning at them at the after party about various things that need to be changed. And one of the things I said was randoming is bullshit. Could you enlarge the text? Can't read shit. Okay, alright, hold on a sec. Let me see if I can do that. I can definitely do that. Transform. Edit transform. Let's try this. Size? How can I do this? Is this going to work?
Could you just zoom in on the page? Would that work? A bit low tech, but just hold control and mouse wheel in.
Good God, I'm glad you're here. There we go, lads. At Pyrian Flack says Cheesington. There we go. Is that better, lads? Is that better? There we go. I think the bonus hero gives you a free mango. I don't think anyone's going to give a shit, but at the same time, a free mango. Who's going to turn that down? Who's going to turn that down? Middle lane no longer has an additional melee creep. Creeps now meet closer to each other's respective safe lanes. I'm sure they've said that.
They
like
move it
every
off-lane,
patch.
Yeah. The past couple of patches, it's always been closer to each other's respective off-lanes tower.
Yeah, and now they've
then
moved
they
it
introduced
back.
Iron Town and stuff to save the off-lane, and now they're going back completely the other direction.
Yeah. Denies XP granted to the enemy, reduced from 70 to 25.
That's
That's
insane
huge.
change.
So that means if you deny a creep, they only get 25% of the XP?
Yeah, it's a crazy buff to denying. Like
That is
middle lane,
nuts.
you're probably they've removed the additional melee creep, but you're gonna have two supports there anyway, just denying, because that is fucking insane.
Like, if you think about heroes, I think that changes the pool of heroes that you can legitimately run mid, in a way, because let's say you're playing Invoker, who's got loads of right-click, or Shadow Fiend, or someone like that, who can right-click really hard, and you're normally playing a hero who isn't all about right-click, denies are going to be so potent.
If you're getting denied, you're getting dominated mid now. Like, if you just deny 2 or 3 range creeps in a row, you've actually just won the lane straight up. Like, Pro Dota it's going to be really interesting to see how much focus they put on those first 2 waves.
Oh.
Just getting denies.
And you know what's going to be worse is, there's going to be a lot of, he denied my range creep, and my next range creep is GG. That's it, we lost, guys. We lost mid.
And welcome to the solo queue experience every 6 months.
Denied XP gained by the denier. So you get slightly less XP. You get 5% less XP. They get like nearly 50% less XP. So that's crazy. Neutrals killing lane creeps is now considered the same as enemy creeps kill them. It's not a deny and gives full XP. So pulling the wave is no longer as good. You actually have to deny the creeps yourself. You can't just sort of let the range creeps do it. So if you are an offlaner, that's another buff for offlaners, really, is you can just hang out and soak up the XP. Total wave XP.
See more like bat picks where they just sort of hang on the cliff, ready to fly away.
Yeah.
They
However,
don't
you know what?
The
The percentage has gone up for the amount that denies, but there is also the amount of XP in each creep wave is higher.
Yeah.
But it's not that much higher.
It's not 70 to 25.
No, it's not. Melee creep bounty is up. Range creep bounty is increased by 12. First neutral creep spawn changed from 30 seconds to 1 minute. Base
just
hero.
more nerfs to jungling.
Yeah. Base hero kill XP bounty I never understand any of this shit.
It's basically
some
saying
formula.
that getting early kills is less profitable now. You get much less. You get much less XP. As
A
base,
lot less.
but
Look at
you
that.
get the
It goes from
extra
100 base
experience
to
from existing.
30 base. That's
Yep.
crazy. XP range increase from 1/3. So you get more. The XP range has gone up. XP required to go from 1 to 2 has gone down, and the XP required to go from 2 to 3 has gone up.
By the same amount each way.
Yeah. Tier 1 towers slightly tougher. Heroes now start with a TP scroll plague. You get a free TP
It's a
scroll.
supporting patch. They do. It's being kind to their poor support gamers.
Shrines and Glyph. Remove shrines from base. I am fully supportive of that. I think it's
absolutely. Fuck
hard
shrines.
enough to high ground as it is. Fuck the shrines on high ground. Glyph now causes your creeps to be invulnerable for the glyph duration, which is pretty cool.
You will start to see aggressive glyphs, which I love. Like, imagine you're desperately defending your ancient, killing creeps as fast as you can. Out of nowhere, the aggressive glyph comes in, and the creeps can't be killed, and you lose the game. That shit's funny.
Extra siege creep at 30 minutes instead of 40. Siege creep HP has been increased by 50. Fixed extra lane creep spawning a minute too late. And lane creep's upgrade amount is now capped at mega creeps. Previously, if the game went on for over 4 hours, it was possible for creeps to be stronger than mega creeps. My god.
Very niche change. But...
Very niche change. I mean, has anyone in chat, or, I mean, I've never played in a 4-hour game.
There was a Pro Data game that went over 4 hours where mega creeps got stronger than it, I think.
That's crazy.
Or at least there's been evidence. Because Odie got his big break casting a really long game.
It wasn't 4 hours. I think it was 2.5 or
hours.
something, but 2 hours, yeah. I'm pretty sure he was casting the game with Purge, where...
Purge, right? And it was the perfect compliment of him playing dumb music. And Purge
yes.
is complete dry humour.
Do you need me for in-depth analysis of the
Bleepo is offering his assistance as an in-depth lich. No, I don't need you for this one. Cheers, Bleeps. That's just my phone recharging. Don't worry about that. Armor mechanics. I mean, that's just a formula. I don't do maths. Armor per agility rescaled from 1/7 to 1/6. Tier 1
to agility.
Yeah, Tier 1 towers armor has gone up. Tier 2 and so armor tower has gone up. Tower armor has gone up. Roshan's armor has gone up. Filler buildings armor has gone up. All the buildings armor has gone up.
All the armor has gone up.
So armor is up on all buildings.
Oh no, Ridgeback as well.
10 to 12.
I'm retarded.
Base structures. Remove Tier 4 tower HP regen, which is a complaint that I know a lot of pros had, was that you get as far as chipping at their Tier 4s and they're fucking regenning, which is bullshit. They shouldn't.
Yep.
But the ancient regen's a lot quicker, 3 to 8. So that's almost 3 times as much. That's pretty impressive. Alright, so reworked mid lane for Dire. Someone posted about this on Reddit just this afternoon.
Literally, like an hour.
Literally an hour before the patch notes that showed that the circle, the area of effect, if you like, for the Dire Tower was different from the one for the Radiant Tower, which is a ridiculous feature, if you want to call it that, anyway. So I'm glad they've reworked that. Mid lane ramps are narrower, which is interesting. Moved mid shrines closer to the primary jungle area. So this is something actually swapped offlane shrines and bounty runes. So the shrine is now deeper, and the bounty runes are further forward. That makes it interesting because it's easier to... I mean, for one thing that changes is it's harder to run to the offlane shrine and hide because it's a lot deeper.
Yep.
So by setting it deeper, that means, like, for an offlaner or for people TPing in, it's not as easy to TP in and support. It's not too different. But you know those fights you have in the river where you run up to the offlane shrine and just hide there?
It's
and
basically
like,
punishing overextension more.
Yeah. And the bounty rune swap also makes it easier for you to steal the enemy's bounty rune, which I think makes it
you don't
really
have to go as deep for it.
Adjusted offlane terrain to be wider. I guess that means the lane is wider, or is it just the whole thing is wider?
That's what I'm assuming it is.
Moved primary jungle bounty runes closer to safe lane camp area, close to the river ramp. So again, easier to steal runes.
Yep.
Reworked the Dire safe lane jungle. We'll have to see what that one looks like. Safe lane hard camp adjusted, primarily pullable to the off lane or to connect to the small camp. So you can pull the safe lane hard camp primarily pullable to the off lane. Whatever.
It's the same.
Slightly easier
it's
to
the same
pull,
as
I guess.
Before, I think.
Removed one of the ramps going down. Whoa! Removed one of the ramps going down the jungle camp near each of the safe lanes. So you know that little mid ramp between the rune spot towards the safe lane and safe lane. There's like an extra little ramp. They've got rid of that ramp apparently.
Removed it. They've removed a lot of things. This has been a culling of what we know and
Removed
love.
the following ward spots: Radiant Ancient Roshan, bottom Radiant Rune, Dire Primary Jungle near the Ancient Camp. We'll have to see what that's like.
It's basically lots of the high ground wards.
Yeah.
they've just removed.
Made multiple miscellaneous tree and line of sight adjustments. Does this mean less vision on the map, I think? Harder to get all this weirdo vision on the map?
It's just sort of playing more towards like obscure wards.
Hmm.
So instead of just having your base set of put it on a cliff, see everything, they've removed some of the cliffs and making it so that clever warding is more rewarded.
Yeah. Now this is an interesting one. Shifted bottom river power-up rune up the river slightly. Now I have a problem with this. Up the river.
Up. Where is up?
Is relevant. It's relative to the direction that it's traveling, right? Not left or right. It's up. Which way is up? So either way, it's been moved along the river in some way. I assume towards mid.
I assume towards mid as well. That's what I think is up. But yeah,
but we'll
maybe
see.
It's just nearer the cliffs. I don't know.
Wait, someone's doing copy pasting,
Don't
and
worry,
Miles
mods
is
are
all
already
over
doing
it. Miles is ready. Next one is a long timeout. Wow. Adjusted ramp to dire safe lane jungle area to be narrower. The ramp to the dire safe lane jungle. So that little ramp there. Swapped medium and hard camps in the primary jungle. Hard camp is now the one closest to mid tier 2. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Adjusted. I'm just trying to think it out. Adjusted tree positions in front of the radio. I mean, some of these we'll have to see in the map. Made minor adjustments to low ground tree positions in front. I mean, blah blah blah. Reduced size of the ramp. Slightly decreased size of ramp. Shifted blah blah. Adjusted ramp. Ramp adjustments. I'll have to see them. Third. Now this is nuts. This is absolutely
this is
fucking
hilarious.
insane. The third Roshan kill now drops a fucking single consumer refresher orb, and the cooldown is independent from refresher orb.
Doom is back, baby. 3 dooms. You can't win a team fight if 3 of your heroes get doomed.
I'm just gonna soak this one in for a moment. I mean, that's triple Zeus ult, triple Lich ult, triple Black Hole, triple RP, triple Warlock ult. Oh, you right, Plague?
Yeah, sorry, phone just started going.
Okay,
So I had to mute
that is literally triple Warlock golems. If you have the mana, I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, that's one thing. Is it the same mana cost as refresher orb?
It's a refresher orb. It's a consumable refresher orb.
Is it just a refresher orb but single use consumable? Okay, that's really cool. Because I was thinking maybe it's just like a cheese, you just pop it. You do Ursi, you get the 3 fastest Roshans in history, give it to your Warlock, and you're good to go.
Yeah. Yeah, you literally get the third Rosh, you get it on, like, mid-Warlock. The only problem he's going to have is that because denies are so brutal now, you need a good right-clicker mid. So you need to basically... I mean, like you said, mid lane is, like, it's no longer a 1-1-3 or 1-1-2 with Aroma. I think, like you said, everybody's going to be focused on mid because you have to fuck them up with the denies. I mean... This is, to me, this patch with the denies being so huge, it's going to change laning completely. It has to, because if you get denied like a wave of creeps, you're fucked. You're behind so fucking much XP. That's crazy.
So there's a question in chat that I was also wondering: does it drop after every single Rosh after third, or is it?
Yeah, I assume so. I think again,
so as well.
This is a problem with wording, right? Is so like. For instance, when it says, like, what is it now? Is the second Roshan drops cheese, right?
Second Roshan drops cheese.
Right, but it's basically second Roshan onwards. So this almost certainly means third Roshan onwards. Why would it just be the third Roshan? Does the refresher, you refresh the refresher? I hope to God not. Or we're looking at 4 ults. Like, that is insane. But I mean, just think about that. That's like triple Lion Finger, triple Laguna Blade. I mean, that on Death Prophet, imagine that. You get a refresher with your ult. I mean, that's crazy strong. And more on Death Prophet in a minute. But either way, that is fucking insane. So they've lowered the respawn timer for levels 1 to 5 early for the early couple. Again, you said,
just making
nerfing early kills.
A bit less worth.
This is interesting. Neutrals now sleep at night. They have 0 aggro range while sleeping. Now, does that mean that if it's nighttime... 0 aggro range means if you're hitting them, they're not going to fight back. So you were saying this is a nerf to jungle, like some of the stuff that's happened. But essentially, while it's nighttime...
I don't know if it means they don't aggro at all. I think it means they don't aggro if you walk near them. Because this was in Dota 1, which I didn't play, so I'd have to look up how it worked then.
So you think 0 aggro range literally means you can't stack them at night, you can't pull at night?
You can just walk into them. So it's like someone on Reddit was saying, it basically opens up a lot more juke paths. Because you can just run into neutral camps at night and try to do clever shit, but...
What's clever about standing in
they'll
neutral
still fight back.
They will fight back, okay. I was going to say 0 aggro range implies I mean, that's zero
farming
aggro.
at nighttime.
Yeah, that's zero aggro range. That means
Just
that,
get
like you
a 5
said,
ancient stack, wait till nighttime,
Just
and
stand there.
do it with your dazzle.
removed special neutral pull aggro exceptions for heroes. So Chaos Knight, Earth Spirit, Morphling, Pudge, Clockwork, Rubik, and Tiny. Okay,
I think
neutral
that
lane
means
creeps. What do you reckon that means?
special abilities. The special neutral ones are, let's say you hook it, it will
Yeah.
no longer pull aggro, it'll just hook it, or something like that. Or the same with Clockwork Rocket, things like that.
Neutral's lane creep aggro is now based on which neutral spawner they're in, enabled for the traditional safe lane / off lane pull camps.
That's gibberish to me. That might as well be in another language.
Yeah. Captain's mode. Extra bans. You get 6 bans in total. So there's an extra ban in the first phase. So it's like 3 bans.
3 bans.
And then picks, and then as usual. Illusions
2.
now deal 80% less damage to Roche rather than dying instantly. That's interesting. Illusions now benefit from health and mana regen. With this, these are buffs to illusion heroes. That is nuts.
Alk illusion with his ult on.
Yeah.
Unkillable.
Yeah. Roshan slam damage increased from 70 plus 5 a minute to 70 plus 8 a minute. Woo, lad! Woo! Stop the press! Fountain damage has gone up. Fountain mana regen is, instead of 4% of mana pool, is plus 14 mana per second to 6%. Oh, sorry, so 4% of mana pool... Sorry, mana
Plus
per second...
14.
Who knows? It's fucking... It's
4% mana pool plus 14 was what it was before.
I think they've increased the fountain speed. All right, net worth. How much the richest versus poorest heroes get from a Cisco changed from 0.75 to 1.25 to 0.7 to 1.3. So as far as I can tell, if a poor man kills a rich man, the poor man is better off.
Poor man's better off.
Hex no longer can be dispelled. So
holy shit, what
that's
a
pretty big.
Buff.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Lotus Orb, I hope they change that item a lot because it's probably dead.
We'll come to the items in a minute because the new items are nuts. Like, I'm trying to get my head around them. Added a UI indication over inventory to show mute. Added a new option to require stop to interrupt your channeling abilities. That'll help a lot of rookie Enigma players, for example. I think.
Yeah.
Unique attack modifiers. I think that means
them all. Fuck them all. Get
removed all unique attack modifiers.
Arcane Orb with Satanic.
Arcane Orb, Mana Break, all of these. It doesn't matter. There's no such thing as unique attack modifier. You can have any fucking attack modifier you like, and they can all stack. That's crazy. That is crazy. Other changes. Remove cliffing restrictions. Oh, cliffing is back.
Cliffing's back.
But they've removed all the cliffs, is probably what they're going to tell us.
Yeah, basically. That basically sums it up. Cliffing's back, but you can only do it in like 3
Pudge
places.
and Vengeful Spirit's free pathing on terrain cliffs.
So,
yeah. That means you can now cliff people again, is what it's saying.
Yeah, you
like
can now cliff
previously,
people again. You can
previously
swap them
you
up
couldn't.
there and they can't just walk off.
Right. Roshan now upgrades every minute rather than every 4 minutes. So Roshan gets harder and harder. So the third Roshan is actually going to be pretty tough.
Yeah,
Fixed
but they've
damage.
also added the note where it's the same bonus, it's just not as janky.
Oh, okay. Fixed magic damage sources from attacks not being blocked by barrier type abilities. Do you think that means things like Veno, for example, and it right clicks?
Things like Veno, things like Maelstrom, where it does bonus magic damage onto the attack, was not being blocked by Flame Guard, Hood, Pipe, whatever, and now it is. It's just a bug fix. But I mean, with the new hero and her crazy bonus 360 if she charges it,
yeah,
it's quite a significant thing.
Improved stack count readability on buff icons. Okay. Heroes with turn rates of 0.4 have been improved to 0.5. So Marana, Puck, Razor, Shadow Shaman, Tidehunter, Witch Doctor, Warlock, Beastmaster, Venom, Wraith King, Viper, Clinks, Enchantress, Spectre, Spiritbreaker, Lone Druid, Elder Titan, Oracle, and Winter Wyvern all turn 25% faster than they did before. Nice. You can now see enemy mana regen values. Previously you could only see HP regen values, which obviously doesn't make sense. And the regen rune has gone from 100/67 HP MP to 6% max. So it gives you
scales it a bit better.
Yeah, that is a better scaling on the regen rune. Neutral abilities. I always skip over this because it's not that interesting. And there's so many of them.
They're not very interesting. The only interesting one is Neutral Purge now works on Cyclone units. So you can heal someone up and bring them down when you choose. Or if they use themselves, you can bring them down, whatever. It's really not very interesting.
Yeah. Let's just stare at them for a moment.
Yeah, just everyone take a moment to read them in. Just read the word neutral 15 times and just enjoy it.
Yeah. Item changes. All right. Courier cost increase from 100 to 200. But wait, before you get excited, the ground courier movement speed has been increased. The flying courier movement speed has been increased. Flying courier upgrade can no longer be purchased. It upgrades automatically at 3 minutes. Praise be for those of us who are support players being moaned at by certain mid players at 2 minutes 50 to upgrade the courier. Gone. It's auto. But the fact the courier costs 200 means it kind of doesn't save you a huge amount of money anyway, so it makes no difference. Courier can no longer refill bottle, which is nuts, and he can no longer be purchased more than once. So if he's dead, he's dead. Anticlimactic Cat, thank you for the sub. And he no longer has haste. He now has Courier Shield, which gives him... I don't know if... I guess it blocks all damage for 2 seconds? Plague? He's AFK. He'll be back in a minute. He probably had to deal with something like his cat or his dog or his parents or whatever. So, Courier Shield instead of haste. So, instead of any kind of haste ability where you just fly away, you now give it a shield. It lasts 2 seconds, 200 second cooldown. So 3 minute, 20 second cooldown. And I assume it takes no damage during that time. Shop. Remove the following items from Shibe Shop. Quarterstaff, Orb of Venom, Blaze of Attack. That's annoying. Sage's Mask, that's annoying. Stout Shield, that's annoying. Ring of Regen, that's annoying. Ring of Health, and Bottle. Added the following items. Ring of Protection. Added the following items. Voidstone. Ring of Health. Ring of Protection being added is good. So you can start with the Sage's Mask and then get your Ring of Protection if you're working towards a Basti. That's nice. Added the following items. Secret Shop. Voidstone, Ring of Health, and a full charge bottle. Support. Observer wards have gone up in cost. The XP bounty has gone up. The Tango cost is rescaled to 150 for 5 uses. So that's a very slight saving because that's like, what is that? What's 150 divided by 5? 30. So that's 30 per use as opposed to 30 per use. My maths is terrible. I feel like my maths can't figure this out. That's like 31.25 per use, right? Yeah. So it's gone down by It's gone down by 1.25, but now you get 5 tangos instead of 4. And smoke has gone up in cost. Gauntlet cost. So these are all cost adjustments. They're all 15 gold either way. Wraith, Bracer, Null no longer give +3 attack damage. They now give an additional +1 to primary attribute. But I think if you look at the patch notes later, it works out about the same. We'll see that in a second. Veil no longer provides +6 damage. Intelligence bonus has been increased though. Dagon no longer gives plus damage, but it gives you more intelligence. And again, you'll see why I think this is there in a minute in the later changes. Drums, Rod of Atos, blah blah blah. So a lot of things
Apologies
that used to
for
get
that very minor break.
No problem at all. So a lot of stuff
Where
that
are we
previously gave. We're down as far as Misk.
Misk. A good
Starting
Misk.
with Gauntlet cost reduced from 150 135. So I'm just scrolling through these. And there's a lot of things that used to give you plus damage don't, and they give you raw stats. And I'll explain why that is in a minute. Alright, Ether Lens. Item reworked. Used to give you plus 220 cast range, plus 250 mana, plus 100 mana regen, and plus 6 spell amp. Now gives you no spell amp, but more cast range, more mana, and 125% mana regen. So it doesn't increase your spell sort of amplification at all, but it does give them longer range and gives you a shitload of mana. Battle Fury. Now requires a Demon Edge instead of Claymore plus Broadsword. But it gives you slightly less attack damage, but the cleave distance is up, and the cleave radius is up. So I don't know how... I don't buy Battle Fury... Like, I don't play Battle Fury here as often.
I'd say overall it's a buff. The one thing is that before on Battle Fury, you get it in increments. So Claymore's 1400, Broadsword's 1200 or something like that. Now you need to save up to the big 2400,
for the Demon
which
Edge.
makes it more punishable.
It's almost like saving up for... it's not quite
Radiance.
as bad. It's almost like... Yeah, it's almost like saving up
Radiance.
for a Radiance. Boost of speed, you move 5 slower. Big change.
Wow. Big change. Round of
Big
applause.
change. But think about this. The cleave distance on things like Ember Spirit, on things like Sven and stuff... I mean, sorry, not Sven. on things like Ember Spirit, the cleave distance, that's big. Conquer,
Yep.
Oh no, you wouldn't get it on Kunkka either. Bounty Hunter? People used to get it on Bounty Hunter? Who did people get it on other than fucking Ember, AM?
Pretty much it.
People get it on PA sometimes, I've seen, if she doesn't have Magnus.
Boyd,
I'm just listing heroes with cleave. Alright. Boosted travel. Boosted travel, building prioritization range increase from 325 to 700. So no longer will you TP annoyingly to a creep instead of to a building. Yep. I guess is what that's saying.
Love it.
Bloodstone now requires perseverance instead of soul ring plus recipe, which is good. Perseverance is good, and you don't get a free soul ring out of it. So that's actually kind of annoying. That's kind of a Storm nerf because I think he quite likes the soul ring, honestly. Mm-hmm. But you start with 14 really charges. The Flagstone is now 14 charges. No longer heals look at this. No longer heals in an area around your hero upon death. Interesting. Butterfly.
Just to make it less of a crazy item. Like before,
they reduced it flutter
kill
duration.
the hero with Bloodstone first, and then fight would still be over.
Yeah, look at this. Flutter duration reduced, but it no longer disables evasion when you flutter. So you can flutter.
I think Butterfly might be the item of this.
It's a pretty good item,
from the new items, but
Deso.
Some of the
Deso's been nerfed.
Yep.
Diffusal Blade no longer dispels, no longer has charges, no longer upgradable, and the cooldown is increased to 15 seconds. That is a big buff to Diffusal Blade, I think. I really do.
I like all of these things. No longer dispelling is alright because it's like you'd buy it against repel, but that doesn't work anymore.
Doesn't work.
So no longer spells I like.
The slow is the huge thing. It's like a free slow. It's not a free slow, but I mean it is essentially because once you get it, it still burns the mana, which is great, and it's like a slow every time. So you don't need to worry about using charges. You can just fucking use it every time. But every it does have a cooldown of 15.
Yeah,
that's
it's
crazy.
Really good.
And you don't need. And when it says no longer upgradable, you don't need to upgrade that shit. Thank you for the sub, Urkel. Drums. The active bonus attack speed has gone up by 10, which is pretty big actually. That's a big bonus.
It's quite significant, especially early game where you normally get drums.
They've increased the projectile speed of Ethereal Blade by, wait for it, 75.
Congrats. Items back. Good
Someone here says Diffusal is nerfed. I don't know, man. I mean, yes, the Dispel is annoying.
I think a better item.
The Dispel is annoying, the lack of that. But I think a lot of the time you see, well, like when Jug or someone gets it, they want to use it to catch. Heroes that don't have a catch or a slow now basically have one on a 15-second cooldown if they get it. That's big. I think that's really big. Losing the Purge is big, but I also think that the fact that it's just changed the nature of the item. And as you'll see later, there are new items that might do what you want. Skadi no longer requires an Orb of Venom. They've increased the cooldown on 4-staff by 3 seconds. Glimmer Cape can no longer be disassembled. I don't think I'd ever done that anyway.
I don't know why you'd ever disassemble it.
Hurricane Pike now requires a Wraith Band instead of a recipe, which is nice because you don't want to have to buy a recipe. It's nice to get a Wraith Band instead. And some heroes that start with a Wraith Band can now turn into Hurricane Pike instead of having to fucking waste some money. Iron Talon, item removed from the game.
Get out! They've said, we can't balance this. It's too dumb. Get it out. I love it.
More on that in a moment, because another item's been removed. Plague, I don't know if you got this far.
I got that far.
Javelin now provides 25% accuracy, which I think means even against evasion or something like that. It's like gives you a 25% chance to counteract that, right?
It remove. It's so actually fucking. It's the most complicated mechanic in the game. I think it lowers their percentage of evasion or something like that. No, it won't do that.
No, I think if they've got evasion of. If they're oh, fuck it. Can anyone explain accuracy? Because we're fucked on this one.
Right, the thing is, right, if it removes 25% of their evasion, that's crazy against all evasion heroes. It removes, like, PAs is, what, 25% to ignore evasion? But that's not much better. That's really, 25% chance of True Strike.
It's a 25% chance of True Strike. Alright, now think about this.
That's not much better.
Right, but. Accuracy proc now deals 100 magical damage. So when you proc the True Strike, it hits harder. But anyway, nobody ever just has a Javelin, but we'll see why in a minute. Sometimes you do. Basher. Recipe cost increased. No longer gives you plus 10 damage. Bashers cannot be evaded. This is all anti-evasion shit so far. Damage proc is now 100 instead of 85. So you cannot miss with the Basher. If you get a Bash proc, you get a Bash proc.
You hit.
Same with Abyssal Blade. And the damage proc again. MKB, item rework. This is interesting. The new one. Ignore the old one. A new one. it gives you plus 75% accuracy and 60 pure damage proc. So when so in other words, you can still miss, but when you do hit, you do 60 additional pure damage, which almost counteracts the 25% of the time that you miss, I think. Maybe not.
And it's so much cheaper. So much cheaper.
Hyperstone, 2 times Javelin. So it used to cost 5,000, so it's 1,000 cheaper.
Yep, that's crazy bad for evasion heroes.
Lincoln Sphere, you cannot manually target yourself. I don't remember why you'd ever do that anyway.
Shits and giggles. Dunno. They removed it. I'm sure there was people who were doing it.
Alright, Dave wants to know what a proc is. I think it means percentage on cast. So, in other words, the percentage chance that this effect happens when this thing is used, okay? So, for
it's
instance,
saying 60 pure damage when the thing is used.
So a proc says, like let's say there's a 25% chance this happens. It procs. In other words, there's a percentage on cast 25% of the time. It's just it's a stupid fucking. It's an MMO hangover, actually. Like WoW always talks about procs and stuff like that. It's not a real word. It's like just a thing that's come up around gaming. So a proc is literally the chance that something is going to happen. And you say when it procs. In other words, when it hits. When I roll a 1 on a d6 instead of any other number, then it procs. You know, so like the 17% chance on proc, it results in a bash. So proc is not a real word. I know. Used it in EverQuest. There you go. Magic wand recipe change.
Excuse me, bitch.
So it's gone down in cost, and it now gives you +2 all stats and plus 1.5 HP regen, which is, I think that's pretty good for supports. It's not bad. It's a minor change, but I mean, +2. Imagine if you're Crystal Maiden, would you rather have an extra 1.5 HP regen or an extra +2 on stats? I'm not sure which is better.
I think it's because they've removed a lot of those HP regen items from the side shop. So they removed Ring of Regen, removed Ring of Health.
Yeah.
In return, they give you a bit of HP regen on wand.
But the courier is quicker now. Remember that?
Courier is quicker.
Necronomicon removed mana burn from the archer, and the level 3 archer now gains Purge. Slow plus Dispel targets enemies only cooldown 15. So it now requires 2 Sage's Mask. So it's now 13. What is it? 650. Is that the same price? That's 11, 1200, 2500, 14. So it's slightly cheaper, and it gives you more strength, and instead of just intelligence, it gives you mana regen. Poor Man's Shield. Item removed from the game.
It's gone. All melee carries are crying in their sleep right now because Poor Man's Shield is gone from the game. Also, rest in peace, all melee offlaners. Supports, you can hit them now. Supports, are you happy? Are you happy?
That's bullshit, man. That's. I mean, as a Weaver lover, all right. Poor Man's or Nyx, right? Nyx. You get it on Nyx.
Yeah.
You're basically invulnerable. You can't tank the creep wave anymore.
Always fuck the poor again.
Orb of Venom. The dot no longer disables blink, which is pretty good, I think.
There's one melee offlaner that gets buffed by that. Tide Hunter.
That's it. Pipe of Insight. Barrier active can now affect buildings, but how much magic damage do buildings take? If any.
Very, very little. But, as we shall see, they might be taking more. As we shall see.
Ring of Regen is slightly cheaper. Satanic now requires a Claymore instead of a Mithril Hammer. Sentry Wards no longer automatically appear in front of Observer Wards when buying the item. That's good, because I would buy Observers, then Sentry Wards, and the Sentry Wards are always on top. It's just annoying. Silver Edge no longer applies enemy damage reduction, and the movement speed bonus has gone up by 5%.
Nerf for the item.
It is, isn't it? Smoke. Stock cooldown reduced from 11 to 10. Solar Crest accuracy increased from 35 to 40. Another evasion nerf. Soul Ring has been reworked so that instead it costs 5 gold more.
Holy shit.
And instead of giving you +3 health regen, +50 mana regen, it now gives you +6 strength, +2 health regen, and sacrifices on a 25-second cooldown. So,
buff, I think.
I guess.
It's hard to say.
And the thing is, if you've got an item that you use as a sacrifice, right? It's lowered the health regen. It gives you slightly more base strength, which means you've got slightly more hit points overall. +2 health regen is obviously not as good as +3, but you kind of don't need the mana regen because you're meant to be using it as a sacrifice, right? You're meant to be using it to take some health to get mana. So the fact it gives you +50%, which is a lot of extra mana regen, I guess was kind of stupid. So they've reworked it. I guess that's their thinking anyway. Stout shield, damage block has been increased very slightly.
Just to make up for
just a little bit.
Poor man's shield.
Yeah, that doesn't help. Urn of Shadows, damage type changed from pure to magical because it was bullshit. I guess
It was
pure
utter
damage.
bullshit.
And the damage has been increased. So there you go. If you can get a veil on Spirit Breaker, veil urn people. There you go. Vladimir's Offering, now stacked with Ring of Aquila and Ring of Basilisk. Okay.
Just a quality of life change again, mostly.
Right. New item.
This fucking item.
New fucking item.
This fucking item is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Right.
I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's definitely dumb.
It costs 26.25. It gives you +12 strength,
It's so dumb.
+12 int, +4 hit point regen, +1.5 mana regen, and wait for it, there's an active. Channeling. 3 seconds, which is a fucking long channel. I don't think any other spell in the game channels for that long. Summons a meteor that strikes a fairly pathetic 300 AoE and stuns for 1.75 seconds. Don't know. I mean, the cast range is only 600, which again is fuck all. It applies a 6-second debuff that deals 60 damage per second to structures, 115 to non-structures. Cast range 600, cooldown 40, mana cost 125. You have vision over the impact area for the channel duration. Meteor impact destroys trees, and it takes half a second to land. Now, at first glance, that looks pretty bad. 300 AoE?
300 AoE is pretty pathetic.
That's little. Like, that's really little. And it's a 3-second channel. So if you're standing there waving your meteor hammer around...
Item, is it? It's not a teamfight item.
It's just kind of stupid. I think if you started channeling and you could change the location where it lands while you're channeling it... I don't know, man. It's pretty goofy. And
I think one of the
stuns
things
for 1.75. It's a 1.75 second stun for 2,625 gold. One thing it does do is it does damage structures. Not much, but it does damage structures. It's not the biggest mana cost in the world, but it ain't cheap. But its cast range is only 600.
I think that the thing that struck me instantly is that it's 2625, which is kind of expensive for the active, but for the stats it gives, that's really good.
Plus 12 strength, really, plus 10 int. And the HP regen and the mana regen. I mean, the thing is, think about this. If you were to look at an Aghs, if you were to get an Ogre Club and the Staff of Wizardry, that's 2k. Right there, right? So, I mean, yeah, in fact, those are the things that go into it. Oh, they call it an Ogre Axe now. Since when did they change it from Ogre Club to Ogre Axe?
This patch, I guess. Didn't tell us.
It's an Ogre Club, damn it! It's clearly a club, as pictured in the picture, which is a picture of an axe, obviously. Anyway, I think this is wank, and I don't think I would ever build it. I think it looks really stupid, and I think it's really specifically good if you have, like, Enigma, or maybe Warlock for the slow, or RP.
It feels like, you know when you're facing like a Tinker Techies Arc Warden lineup, right? You want to kill yourself, you don't want to play the game, you can't push. Just buy a Meteor Strike, whatever it's called, Meteor Hammer. I think it's 40 seconds.
I guess from high ground it wouldn't be too bad, like if they couldn't see. But again, it's only 600 range, which is fuck all.
It's real bad.
I don't get it. I don't get this new item at all. I think it's bad.
Could be interesting.
I'm sure there's a purpose. I'm sure someone will discover the secret to the Meteor Hammer. But we'll see. Aeon Disc. New item. It's 3750.
Excuse me,
pretty expensive.
250 health, 250
Nightmare
mana.
plus Meteor Troll Bane is back.
Nightmare plus Meteor Troll Bane is back, says Stephanos. Okay. Plus 25% status resistance. Reduces the duration of effects like Silence, Stun, Disarm, Root, Fear. For DPS debuffs with slows, it instead just reduces the slow values, leaving the damage amount unaffected. So, if you get an Aeon Disc, it makes you more resilient. Reduces the amount... So you get Stun 25% less of the time. Disarm 25%. Root, Fear, Stun, all of it. Silence. And if there's a DPS debuff with slow, for instance... Venomous Gale?
I was thinking on Venomous
would
Gale
reduce the slow, all that kind of stuff. Leaves the damage amount, so you still take the damage, but you're not slowed for as long. That's interesting. That's like a super defensive item. 25% resistance to stuns that's not bad. I mean, I assume things like Black Hole and everything are unaffected by it.
I would presume so, because that's a constantly resetting stun on a channel.
Yeah, that's not an effect. That's more like a channeled. Whenever you take damage, now this is interesting, and are below 80% health, you apply a strong Dispel on your hero, and you gain a 2.5 second buff. 2.5 second buff that reduces all incoming and outgoing damage to 0. Cooldown 100. Only triggers on player-based damage. When it says you're below 80% health, surely that means below 20% health, because if it's below 80%, that's not much.
That's it. The thing I think with this item is, you know how Shane doesn't buy BKB ever. He's gonna buy Aeon Disc, but I don't think it's good. Its cooldown's too long and it procs too easily. Like, I don't see what this item.
And bear in mind that for 2.5 seconds, you do no damage.
You do no damage. You take no damage.
You know what? I think this would be pretty good on someone like Alchemist, anyone that has a Radiance.
You can see it, but actually, one of my thinking was it could be quite good on supports.
Maybe.
They get jumped in the fight, it keeps them alive a bit longer. Say you're a Dazzle, you get your Aeon Disc.
Yeah.
If you get jumped, you're not going to go down before you get your spells off.
That's true. But it's a passive. You can't activate it and take no damage.
It's a passive,
purely
which is
a passive.
real fucking annoying.
And I mean, I guess if you're full health and you get jumped warding, you can and they don't have a stun, but they hit really fucking hard. That's enough time to TP out. Think about that. That's interesting. Anyway.
I didn't say early game support item, guys. I said late game support.
He said late game. Here we go. Spirit Vessel. This is the urn upgrade, which is a new thing. Requires quite a bit of expenditure. You get the urn, and then it's another like 2k on top of that. Extra health, extra move, plus 2 wall stats, plus 2 armor, plus 1 mana regen. Active. In addition to urn behavior, casting on an enemy target now reduces their HP regen and heals by 70%. And drains 3% of the target's current health per second. This is the anti-Alchemist and Lifestealer item, I guess, if they haven't got a BKB, or if Rage is down. Casting on an allied target now amplifies, and Necro as well. Wouldn't this fuck Necro up?
It fucks quite a lot of heroes.
Casting on an allied, anyone with lifesteal, basically, or anyone that wants to heal up. Casting on an allied target now amplifies HP regen and heals by 20%, and increases the target's health by 1% of their current health pool per second.
Excuse me, bitch!
So, just to give you an idea.
Plague is the next purge, I'm sure.
Right?
Hold on. Cosmic Hillman. Plague is the next purge, I'm sure. Maybe not. Neither of us is the new purge, I'll be honest with you. Nullifier. No. New item. Requires a lot of investment. Sacred Relic and a Helm of Iron Wheels. 4,700. Plus 65 damage. Plus 5 armor. Plus 5 HP regen. Good so far. Active. Dispels the target and mutes them for 5 seconds. Anytime the muted target is attacked, it will be slowed by 100%.
It's so fucking dumb.
For nearly half a second. Applies slow on projectile impact. Cooldown 14. 14?
14. This is what they did to Diffusal. Diffusal is just a slow, so they took Diffusal and they put the Dispel on another new item, just much more expensive.
A very expensive new item. And it mutes them for 5 seconds.
I can imagine building this on like PA or something. What's a support going to do if I go on them with a nullifier?
They're slowed to 0.
They're slowed. They can't run away. They can't cast their spells, and they're dispelled.
And it's a 14-second cooldown. The slow is only for 0.4 seconds.
Back off, wait for it to come off cooldown. It's fucking insane.
That is a hell of an item. Nullifier indeed. But Plague. It's got a relic in it. It's got a relic in it, so it's very punishable. That is expensive, but fuck me, that is one hell of an item. The new item, Kaya, which sounds like it's been named after someone's girlfriend. That was my first thought. Or is it like a Kaya? I can't tell.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking with it.
Starfall Wizardry, Robin McGee, and a recipe. So it's nearly a 2k item. Plus 16
they can cast
intelligence.
Spells. Mute just disables items.
Yeah, I know mute just disables them. So they can cast spells, it's true, disables items. But imagine that's disabling a BKB. Just imagine that. You're jumping someone, they can't BKB, they can't Manta for 5 seconds. That is fucking strong. Just think about that. Plus 16 intelligence, plus 10% spell amp, plus 10% mana cost, and mana loss reduction. I thought Mute did kill abilities.
I thought Mute killed abilities. Doesn't Doom use Mute? I think Archiphos might be wrong. Only maybe they changed Mute.
Projectile speed equals can be dodged. I assume so.
You can dodge it, yeah.
Doom uses everything, says Vargrim.
This is just the int version of Sanj and Yashra, basically.
Break is passive abilities. Doom mutes and kill abilities. Abilities still work. Doom equals break. I thought break mutes abilities. This is the game we played, by the way. We've got 646 people in chat, and people are still like, I thought so-and-so. No, it's so-and-so. No, he's wrong. It's so-and-so. I mean, it's too fucking complicated, but by God, I love it. All right.
Kaya,
So,
I don't think is very good.
The Kaya gives you more int. This is the spell amp that Aetherlens got kind of taken away from it.
It's just
Plus
the int
10%.
version of Sanj and Yasha, right? It's just your basic bitch stat item.
But look at this. Plus 10% mana cost
Mana
and
cost
mana
loss.
loss reduction. Affects things like mana burn, mana break. I don't understand that at all.
So your mana costs are going up, but if you're getting hit by Diffusal Blade, you lose less, I think.
But by only 10%? That's nothing.
It's not a good item. It's not a
That's
good
nothing.
item.
I mean, that is fuck all, honestly.
It doesn't build into anything. It doesn't have good enough stats to justify the cost.
Right.
I don't think that's a good item at all.
I mean, if I'm getting hit for 90 and I'm losing that much mana, all right, now I'm losing 81 instead of 90. It's not enough. I really think the Kia is actually can fucking do one. Regeneration
10%.
formula. I'm going to
Plus
skip
10%
past
mana
this
cost.
because I don't understand it at all. Blah, blah,
Wait,
blah,
is
blah, blah.
is the grammar on this just really shit? Plus 10% mana cost. Is there supposed to be a comma before the reduction? What? Mana cost. That's not. It says plus 10%. Mana cost.
Who
So is
knows?
there supposed to be a comma there?
Who
Mana
knows?
cost goes down.
Who knows? And it says multiple instances don't stack. So does that mean if I
Okay.
get multiple Kias, they don't stack? Why would you get more than one of this piece of shit? I'd need
It's
I'd
fucking
need someone
trash.
clever to explain to me why this is worth having. But I don't think this is particularly good.
Even with mana cost reduction, chat, that item is still real trash. Because
Yeah.
the point of Yasser and Sanj being okay is because they build into something.
This
This-
is just wank.
It's just fucking
This is
shit.
2k for an item that gives you a 10% adjustment? 10%? Let's say that's a spell that costs 150 mana. Well done. You saved 15 mana for nearly 2,000 gold. Who fucking cares? That is not cheap as shit. You're never gonna buy. Someone says it's OP. Funrud says it's OP. 2k. Who are you gonna get that on? Who are you gonna get that on? You could just stack fucking mana. Who cares about a 10% reduction? I don't get why that's important. Storm, Zeus. 10% spell amp on Zeus is actually pretty good.
Yeah, there are some heroes where you can see it, but it's just like in a replacement of Veil or plus on top of Veil. I really.
If you got Veil and Kia,
Kia.
that is actually that's a lot of spell amp. I wasn't thinking about the stack. On Sky in Overthrow, Zeus and Skywrath. Yeah, maybe.
It's just heroes. If it's a spammy hero, you can see it.
That's going to be the item I just don't build for like 3 months when the patch is
Basically.
out. I'll just be like, who wants a Kia? Nobody.
Kia.
I'm skipping past regeneration formulas because it's mathematics. And skipping it.
That's fair.
Skipping it. It's just all.
It's basically just saying they've changed it from percentage to flat stats.
Attribute
It's fair.
changes. Hero attributes. Intelligence, mana increase from 11 to 12. All agility heroes have base move speeds reduced by 5. Strength, agility, and intelligence strikes need unique put to hero if their respective hero. Blah blah
This is
blah
so
blah blah
good.
blah
I
blah
love
blah
this.
blah
I
blah
love
blah.
this change.
Hero changes. Here we go. All hero talent trees have been redesigned. Many new ability-specific talents have been added. Abaddon. Plus 25 move or plus 20% XP gain. I would take the XP gain.
XP gain.
Plus 6 armor or plus 50 miscoil heal damage. I would probably take the. Actually, that's quite interesting. I would think
It's
about
close. Depends on the game. Depends if you're playing it core or
Yeah.
support.
that. Plus 15% cooldown reduction or plus 90 damage. I would take the
Again,
damage.
core versus support.
Because
Core
90
versus-
damage is a lot, but 15%
damage is
cooldown reduction. Let's say it's a 30-second difference. That's like you've shaved 3 seconds off something, or if it's a 10-second, you've shaved off a second and a half. Like, I don't know if it's so worth it. Plus 250 aphotic shield. I always take that one. Wasn't that higher previously? I'm sure that was 300.
It was 300 or something, so they've brought it down by 50.
All right,
But
Alchemist.
it's support versus carry build. So
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
what they're doing with a lot of these changes is defining the stat tree into support and carry. So if you want to go carry build on a hero, you have carry talents and support talents.
Okay,
People
so here we
go
go.
back to read the perks, but they're cool, but
Yeah, Alchemist. Extra attack speed or +5 armor, plus 50 damage, or plus 250 health. That's interesting. That's a tough
damage.
choice, actually. 250 health is pretty good, but 50 damage.
250 health is pretty good, yeah. Depends if you're being bursted or not.
This is a good one. Plus 25% cleave, which is nuts.
Carry versus support again.
Or plus 200 unstable concoction. Minus 8 second unstable concoction, or minus 0.2 chemical rage base attack time, which I think is really big, actually.
That's both of those are really big. Again, support versus core. Support will take the minus 8 seconds, lots of stuns, lots of damage. Core's going to take the crazy bat reduction.
Now, when it comes to AA, they haven't just reworked his model, because this is interesting. Chilling Touch no longer reduces the allied attack speed. That is fucking bonkers. Because that was the big thing with Chilling Touch previously, is you knew that you'd be hitting harder but slower. Now you can Chilling Touch and you can fucking own people. That's interesting. Chilling Touch magic damage has been reduced though, but it now applies a stacking 30% slow. Stacking
that is fucking disgusting.
30% slow for 0.3 seconds. So if you Chilling Touch, if you're going on the offlaner, right, Plague, you Chilling Touch you and your two mates, stacking, so you could slow them to minus God knows what, because it stacks, right? You could check them minus 500 slow. That's crazy.
Imagine that in a team fight. Say you cast it in a team fight, you agree on a target to focus, and you focus them down. They cannot do anything. That spell is real good now.
And it's on a 20-second cooldown. Oh, sorry, the duration. Chilling Touch duration has gone from 30 to 20, 24, 28, 32. So you got 30. You got a long old time.
You've got 20 seconds of stacking slow on an offlaner at level 1.
That is insane. That is insane. So now it's plus 60 gold a minute or plus 10 spell amp. I normally go for the gold a minute because you want to rush that Ags, but I could also see spell amp is pretty good. Plus 20 health reach at level 15, which is insane.
Yep. Always go 20 health.
Or the slightly longer vortex cooldown. So 1.5 second ice vortex cooldown, which I think the health regen is better. Plus 80 chilling touch damage. That is big.
Yep.
Or the ice vortex slow / resistance. I think chilling touch damage plus 80 is nuts. I mean, that's for everybody. Bear that in mind. It's for everybody you get, so that's pretty big. Plus 4% ice blast kill threshold, or plus 4 charges of cold feet. I would be tempted to take. I don't know, dude. Charges of cold feet.
Plus 4 charges of cold feet is really good.
You could stun their entire fucking team.
Plus 4% is crazy scaling, though.
Yeah, it's pretty good. If you get Ags, I think. If you haven't got an Ags, you're level 25, you're fucked anyway.
If you're going like a Yules build or something, plus 4 charges of cold feet.
You could just keep on cold feeding them. You could keep someone stunned indefinitely.
Just stun someone with cold feet.
Because when they Yule, you cold feet Yules. When they come down, you cold feet them again. And by the time that one's worn off,
cold feet them again, cold feet them again.
He's like a mini Bane.
Every time it stuns them, it will restun them.
Insane. Anti-mage. Plus 25 health or plus 20 attack speed, minus 1 second blink. Or, this is interesting, Blink Uncontrollable Illusion. Creates a 25% damage illusion that takes 250 damage, lasts 10 seconds, cannot be controlled. So you just create a double of yourself on Blink, I guess.
You just walk into a lane and blink out and push it out with the illusion. I fucking love that. It's I don't know if it's good or not, but it's hilarious.
I think the main thing is, if Blink didn't have an animation, you might be able to juke people, because when they're going on you, you'd blink and they'd think it was you and you were still there. You know what I mean? Like, they'd think you were still there when in fact you had blinked out. That's the only way. Like, if Blink didn't have an animation, you just left. But, you know, they'd be like, oh shit, he's still there. But in fact, no,
like
it was your illusion.
Move.
Yeah.
Or like old PL.
Teleports
old PL.
behind you. Nothing
Walks
personal,
behind you,
kid. Alright. Plus 300 Blink cast range. That's pretty big. Or plus 10 all stats. I always love all stats. All stats. All stats, Plague. All three of them.
Stats.
Minus 50 second mana void cooldown, which is pretty impressive. Or you become even more immune to magic damage. I guess it depends on the game, but
yeah, the
thing
mana
is,
void cooldown is you only go it because they have it at the moment, but you only go it if there's 2 targets you want to mana void, which is quite rare.
Yeah, but think about it this way: if it's a longer fight, here's the thing. I think it's interesting because probably minus 50 second mana void cooldown is kind of the scrub pick. You should always go for the plus 30% spell shield because you're basically, but think about this: if you're up a team that's doing that much magic damage, mana void is probably really good against them.
That's a good thought, actually.
Because they probably got a lot of fucking spellcasters with big mana pools So and Playgoo, if you get the level 3 Roshan that gives you the free refresher, you get double Mana Void, and then, just a little while later, a third Mana Void. Anyway, Arc Warden. Not that I think you'd ever have room in your slots for an Aegis and a refresher, but we'll see.
No.
Oh, and we'll come to Mirana in a minute. The Mirana changes are my favourite. She turns into a fucking frog. It's hilarious. Alright, so Arc Warden, I don't play the hero, but all this stuff seems annoying because he's a cunt. Axe. Now this I like, right? +8 strength or +40 attack speed, blah 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 blah. Health read and +20, or your attacks proc counter helix.
+40 attack speed, attacks proc counter helix.
Yes.
What a fucking build.
Yes.
That's gonna be hilarious.
And you get an AC and shit like that, and you just punch people and you proc counter helix, and no one's going to near you.
You just build attack speed items.
This is actually
late game Moonshard Axe.
I agree. I'm not even kidding. I mean, counter helix is pure damage. It's a lot of fucking damage, and if you get like Berserker's Call AOE +100, I would be tempted to take the +100 Battle Hunger DPS if I was a support axe or like an offlane axe. Because that's actually pretty good. +100 AOE though. If you go and carry axe, you get in there. The guy you're punching is also proccing counter helixes. So if you blink in there and you get a big call on 3 guys, the guy you're punching is also going to proc counter helixes. You're going to spin like fucking crazy.
Mjolnir Axe now. Oh, what's up, man?
You don't like that?
I'll tell you what I do like. The new... What? Hang on.
Well, no, please don't skip ahead. We are on Axe. We're on
okay,
Axe.
Right. Okay.
Get up to...
Tell you the one thing I don't like so far.
No.
Like
If it's further up the screen, that I know you wouldn't like that. Don't talk about anything that hasn't happened yet, because people might not have read it. But right, Bane. Bane can attack nightmare units without waking them. Bane is this is nuts. The Bane changes are insane.
This is the craziest change of the patch to me that I've read so far.
All his cast points have been reduced. Nightmare no longer deals 20 damage per second. Who cares? Because you can now hit them.
You can't deny yourself with it anymore, basically.
But look at this. Level 10. Enfeeble steals damage.
It's so fucking crazy. That's
so bonkers. Crazy. And especially when you look at level 20, +100 enfeeble damage reduction, which means you can now steal 100 more damage.
Your Bane is basically 400 damage and just punch them. So you're going to have supports toggling Nightmare off their cores a lot more. Things like that.
Man, imagine if Bane had the old Ags where if people attacked you, they get put into Nightmare. Then you could just attack them.
It's crazy. But look at this, 150 customer +40% XP gain. I think that's the highest XP gain in the game. Like, that's higher than Venom.
Tusken Bane had the highest 40%.
Yeah.
So, +100 enfeeble damage reduction. That's crazy.
Yep.
So, this is nuts, right? +250 brain sap damage heal, which is amazing. Or +7 second Fiend's Grip. I think the funniest thing is that Bane was just starting to become a pick in pro games anyway.
Yeah.
This is insane.
He's buffed.
I'm not sure how useful the 7 second.
No, it's not that useful as like a mid or like
it's
a
like
core.
Picking off people. If you got like a blink and stuff like that, I imagine it'd be really good.
As a ganker, like what is that now? That's like 10, 11 seconds of Fiend's Grip?
Yeah, because the thing is you'd never be able to use it with BKB because eventually the BKB would be 5 seconds.
Yeah, your Fiend's Grip is longer than your BKB. But you could get BKB and Glimmer, and you could use them both in the duration of Fiend's Grip. And I think it would just about fill up the time of both of them. Anyway, Batrider, a lot of Flame Break changes for some reason. So armor or spell amp, 300 health, or flame break burn, 50 move, or cooldown reduction. I think the 50 move is pretty big because you want speed on him anyway. 8-second firefly.
Reduction. I like the cooldown reduction because when you combine the cooldown reduction with Firefly, and if you get an Octarine Core, you get permanent Firefly. So you're just always flying with fire.
Well, so you get +15 cooldown reduction, Octarine, and 8-second Firefly duration, and you're flying all the time. All right, that's crazy. All right, they've redone Beastmaster.
This hero is, in my opinion, this hero will be one of the new cancer heroes next patch.
Okay, can you stop breathing in the mic, please, Mike? Because you're ruining the stream for all.
That me? Let me restart that.
All right, Beastmaster hero reworked. Wild Axe's spread distance has been increased. The hit radius has been increased. The mana cost has been reduced. The damage has been reduced, not insubstantially, like quite a lot actually. The cooldown has also been reduced, however. Actually, if you look at the mana cost, it's almost halved. and the damage has not been halved, so I think it is a more efficient spell. Wild Axes now places a stacking debuff that amplifies all damage the target takes from Beastmaster or his units for each axe hit. So if you hit them with both... Now, does that count on the way out and the way back?
Yeah. So
that's 50% extra damage, basically, and it lasts 10 seconds. Primal Roar now causes Beastmaster and all his units to gain 30% move speed, and they reworked Call of the Wild into a single ability. So the beasts last a minute, the cooldown is a minute, and the mana cost is fuck all. So this is crazy. Level 4, Boar, Hawk, and a random neutral.
Fucking random neutral.
Now, if you combine that with let's say you're Beastmaster, right, and you get Necrobook creeps and Helm of the Dom, and level 4 summons, you can have neutrals, you can have Necros, you can have your Boar. That's crazy. Anyway, the Boar HP is 500, Boar attack damage is 50, so they've scaled it back very slightly. The Boar slow is still 40%. Hawk no longer becomes invisible. That's pretty annoying.
Yeah.
But the Hawk Night and Day sight of 1,000 is pretty big.
That's
We'll select a random neutral from the following list: Alpha Wolf, Hellbear Smasher, Satyr Tormentor, Central Conqueror, or Dark Troll. So it's the big creep it summons as well.
Big creeps. All the big creeps excluding the Wild Wing.
Right.
Right.
Is that the Purge?
Yeah,
she's the bird one.
Yeah. Alright, so... go. Plus 30 move or plus 25 XP, plus 40 board damage or 7 armor, 5 plus 500 health, or plus 120 Wild Axes damage. That's pretty interesting. Plus 2 Hawks, or plus 40 Inner Beast attack speed.
I
Given
think
that,
at level 15, this hero can solo kill anyone in the game.
It's pretty nuts, isn't it?
For free.
That's nuts.
Plus 40 board damage, plus the Wild Axes, 12% debuff, and raw.
Munt, you're still huffing.
That's crazy.
Am I? Oh,
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Just move the mic.
I might have to. I've moved it. What about now?
Now you're not huffing, but you're super quiet. I'll just turn you up. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know what my headset. I can restart this.
No. That's not. It's not Discord. It's your breathing. Clearly. I think. All right, Bloodseeker. The Rupture cast range has been reduced, but he can get extra attack speed, extra armor, plus 300 health, plus 75 blood rate damage. 25% lifesteal is pretty big. I can't remember what he had already. Joel, top mid. Thank you. Plus -6 blood rate cooldown or plus 20 thirst. Okay.
First
Bounty.
Is
the passive.
Right. Yeah, but when
yeah,
it says plus 20.
Yeah, plus
20
thirst. Does that mean move speed, do you think? Or
it's not an actual...
Move speed per sack of missing HP, I'd guess.
Let's assume that from this simple number and a word, and we're meant to figure out what this means.
Attack damage bonus per hero plus 20, and then max move speed attack bonus per hero is 40% and 40 damage. So I imagine it'd be what, 60 damage and 60%?
Don't know. Bounty Hunter. Track can now be alt-clicked to alert your team to how much gold the target has. Now, when it does this, does that mean you can figure out how rich they are? Does that affect much?
That is not net worth. That is only the gold they have.
Yeah, you could already do that before. It was just you had to
manually type it out. You couldn't ping it.
Yeah.
Okay. Why does that matter? Because I guess if you're trying to kill someone before they get a big item.
Say for instance, you could like track a Spectre and see how close she is to a relic.
Yeah, it's an information kind of game thing.
Right,
do we need to worry about the Spectre yet? Does she have how much money does she have? What item is she going for?
It doesn't affect. I mean, does it affect how much they're worth if you kill them though?
No.
Because net worth doesn't factor into that. Is it purely level?
It's the net worth does factor into that. I see what you mean now. It would mean you know which one to target.
Yeah. Kill this guy. He's worth
know
more.
that anyway just from looking at their items. I think this is purely.
I think the track card gold is better at level 25. Though.
Right. I'm looking at that at level 25. If Bounty Hunter, who's generally not run as a core, is level 25, is that going to make a big enough difference compared to 50% evasion? Although evasion has kind of been fucked over in this patch with all the items, so I'm thinking the track gold might be the better pick, depending on what the enemy's taken.
Because the thing is, the old Bounty Hunter was level 25. You had the
Janada.
The Janada cooldown, which was like basically Janada every hit.
Yeah.
So it worked well with like the 50 attack speed and the critical strike. But now I'm not too sure if there's like it doesn't really.
Why would you take 50 attack speed over 350 health? Like,
it's true, but think about this: if you get plus 50 attack speed, if you're going like this, I think in a way you could go core bounty plus 25 XP gain. So he's going to be higher level.
You could definitely do damage.
You could get XP. I mean, the attack speed is plus 50 attack speed is pretty fucking big. If you build damage items, given that you're going to the Janada's critical strike at 20 is another 125. So that's, I mean, I can't even remember what Janada's max level is. It's a lot of fucking damage.
200. Yeah.
It is a lot, and then you get free evasion, so you could stack evasion on top of that. I think it does make a core bounty a bit more viable, but as a support, I would take the 350 health. Like you said, Plague, early on, it's a toss-up between core or support.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, most of the time.
Brew. I don't play Brew. What do you think of these changes?
I do play Brew.
I know you do. That's why I'm asking you.
So it's less binary between the support and carry thing because he's pretty much purely an offlaner.
Yeah.
There's only a few, like 100 attack speed versus 1500 primal split health. You probably take 1500 nearly always. But the minus 65 second primal split cooldown is really, really good.
That's insane, isn't it?
Yeah, you could in theory, if the fight goes just even a little lengthwise, if you're playing as healing heroes or whatever, you could have 2 Brew splits.
Also, think about this: you get an Octarine, and you get that third Roshan free refresher. Primal split, and by the time you've with the third primal split, you could get it off again pretty quickly. Anyway. Bristleback.
It's a slight buff to the pushing Brew idea, where you ult to push the tower, but then you normally fight afterwards because he lost your really powerful ult. So it's quite neat. I like it.
So Bristleback, plus 2 mana regen or plus 20 move. I mean, these plus 20, plus 25 moves, I don't know why you'd ever take them over the alternative. Like, if it was plus 40, I might think about it, but plus 20, I'm like... And the thing is, obviously, he's got Warcry, which improves movement speed as well, right? And attack speed, so...
Well, the thing is with movement speed is that, unlike pretty much everything else, movement speed is always relevant. Like, literally from minute 1, it's relevant, because anything, like, when you're chasing someone, you're just that far away, or you escape with, like, a tiny, like, it's relevant, it adds up throughout the entire game, so,
yeah, true.
It doesn't seem like much.
I think, like, their design idea for Bristleback is he's strong enough at level 10 as is, so his level 10 talents aren't as strong as some other heroes.
Yeah, maybe.
Whereas his later talents get much, much stronger.
I mean, plus 20 health regen is pretty big, but plus 25 quill stack damage is also pretty big.
Yeah.
But plus 20 warpath damage per stack or the spell lifesteal. Again, I guess it depends. The spell lifesteal is really, really, really big. I mean, I mean, let's say you've already got Nocturne as well. It's going to be even bigger, right? So, yeah, interesting. Brood. Hero reworked. Alert. Hero rework alert. Spin web no longer grants invisibility.
Yep. I like it.
But your pathing and speed buff is no longer removed when taking damage, so you can just run into the fucking trees and hide. And you're still as fast as fuck on webs. Movement speed is now 270 off webs. Spiderling HP has been reduced drastically on Spider Lights as well. But they now have 50% magic resistance, which is, I guess, is a buff to help against people just counter-picking Brood by taking anything that costs magic.
Yeah, so like for instance, like you'd pick Ursa and you use like 1 clap
and there goes all the lads. But look at this, their armor is now increased by 8, which is pretty big. And their HP regen regen is really big. I mean, 8 armor increase.
Insane for them.
So but that's increased by 8. So they must have had something originally. I don't know what it was offhand, but I guess it was
very low, 1 or 2, I think.
But that's still 10 armor on a fucking spider.
Yep.
Spin web charges has been increased, so you got 8 at max level, so you can just have webs fucking everywhere. So her talent tree, I don't play Brood much, so I'm not sure which of these is better.
It's not.
I played a decent amount.
It's not amazing.
The spawn spiding damage is probably better to start with. And then I don't think you need XP gain. I mean, you could go XP because it would accelerate, because she usually solos, you'd accelerate, so you'd go.
But equally, because she's soloing, do you need it as much? I mean, 20% cooldown reduction means you can spam people with the spawn spiraling damage a lot more.
20% scales better much into the late game.
I mean, I played Carry Brood like a couple of weeks ago, and it was we won that game like fairly handily. So with the fucking 75 insatiable hunger, attack speed, right, and stuff like that, you know the is deceptively strong. Her ult. Like
yeah, I know, yeah.
Because the hero doesn't tend to fight very much. People forget how like brutal Insatiable Hunger is, but you can literally 1v1 anyone. Like, even Sven with God Strength, it's just ridiculous.
By the way, someone says that spiders previously, Dustfinger X says they had 0 armor before, so now they have 8. Right. So that's pretty big. Anyway, Centaur. This is interesting. 10% evasion or 10% magic resist. I mean, you stack magic resist on him anyway, so if you get that plus like a hood and a pipe, you're basically immune to magic forever, which I think is interesting. Extra damage, I mean, you don't right-click with him that often. Or return strength damage. That scales better, right?
I like the 75 damage because you can really sort of... Because the good thing about Centaur is that he's so tanky that like no one ever focuses you first. So if you do like 75 damage, then you can just be like, and if you get stuff like Mjolnir and Radiance, for instance, which
it's kind of like mini Underlord syndrome. You're just too tanky to damage.
People ignore you.
You just start annihilating people with it.
So, plus 250 double edge damage, which is a lot, or plus 20 strength. So, if you're going for the plus 75 damage build, or the return strength damage, I mean, I think Centaur is pretty good, actually. I think it's difficult for me to decide between all 4 of them. Or all 8 of them, I should say. I mean, the plus 1.5 second stun is great, but the return aura, I think that means everyone around you also gains return, which is also pretty fucking big.
I don't know what the AoE is, though.
Yeah, there's no need to list that. It's not important, Valve, obviously. Chaos Knight.
It's because it was already in the game.
Was it already there?
Anyway,
I've never got a Centaur to level 25, so I've never noticed it. Chaos Knight. I mean, I've only played him like 12 times or something, probably. So Chaos Knight. It's just not a hero I play, even though I should. He's good. Has anything changed here?
12% cooldown reduction is new. They've removed the Reality Rift Piercer spell immunity from 25 to 20. And then both 25s are new talents.
Interesting. Max Chaos Bolt duration of +2. That means that could be what? What is that? 6 seconds?
6 seconds at max.
That's crazy. So Chen, another hero I don't play. Attack range slightly increased. Removed Test of Faith brackets teleport. What does that mean?
So, Test of Faith Teleport was the spell that you used to send heroes back to base, or to bring your creeps to you. So, they've removed it from the game entirely, because it was split into 2 components. It was Test of Faith damage or whatever, and Test of Faith Teleport.
Okay.
So they've removed the teleport. They've made your Holy Persuasion, which is your get creep spell, so that it brings the creeps to you. And it can be cast on allied units to send them home. And then Test of Faith that's just new shit. It's boring.
And can heal and shit. I mean, it's a hero I don't fucking
like. It's generalized buffs for Chen because the hero was real bad.
So they've lowered Clinx's agi growth. Death Pact HP has been reduced. The damage has been reduced. Reworked Strafe now gives you plus 260 attack speed for 3 seconds. During this time, you will automatically dodge up to 3 projectiles, ranged attacks, or spells, stepping to the side slightly upon impact. Strafe ends if you lose the 3 stacks. Interesting.
Pretty fucking interesting, right?
Yeah, that's an interesting. I mean, I'd have to decide.
It's like a high-risk, high-reward play, and it buffs the split push, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is, the old Strafe was you'd get a shit ton of attack speed for like a certain amount of seconds, so you could. I actually think this is a slight nerf to.
It's nerf to his team fighting, right? If you're getting focused on the fights, you just lose by Strafe.
I honestly think it's a nerf to his split push, to his like building.
Why?
Before you had the Strafe where you'd have like a shit ton of attack speed for a fair. I think it was like 6 seconds or something, wasn't it? It was ridiculous.
Somewhere around
so you'd pop it, and if you had like enough items, you could take the racks like regardless.
Yeah.
It just does damage. But this, because it only lasts 3 seconds, you still have like a lot of attack speed. But I don't think it's enough to give you the racks. Like,
so do you think? I mean, but they've lowered his agi growth. And they've lowered Death Pact.
I think it's better for team fights.
It's more of a team fight spell because it's more of a ganking thing than a split pushing thing, isn't it? But
I just read his level 25s.
Oh wait, plus 4 strafe stacks / duration. So that would mean 7 projectiles dodged.
So
Or
Or
Searing
what's making
Arrow
me actually
multi-shot. Fire Searing Arrows on a random nearby target. I don't think that's as good. The plus 4 seconds
I don't
strength
think it's
stacks.
good, but I would
That's
take
7
it for the
attacks
last-
missed. Plus 20 health
7
regen.
spells
plus 100...
missed. If you cast Revenge
Yeah.
Stun at you, you just sidestep it.
But
How
but
cool is
wait,
that?
wait, but only projectiles.
Only projectiles,
So
yeah.
some spells are not projectiles. Things like Hex and stuff like that obviously
Yeah, correct.
don't count. So
But you're
Atos?
basically Neo. You're Neo from the Matrix. You're
yeah,
fucking
Atos wouldn't
dodging
work on you.
spells.
E-Blade. There are a couple of the new items are projectile based as well. Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting. I think plus 4 seconds straight. That's 7 seconds of 260 plus 260 attack speed. So you should just be firing like a machine gun at that point. All right, Clockwork. I like level 25 Rocket Flare True Sight affects
That
wards as well. That's really big. But again, that's if you're going more of a supporty Clockwork, that's big. But minus 0.3 second battery assault interval, that's pretty big in itself. If you've already taken the extra battery assault damage, that's a lot of damage out of Clock.
I mean,
The
that's,
sort of chain
that's
stun
good against
cancel potential is really good.
yeah, because if you want to like cancel people's spells and stuff, the battery assault's like way better. Bearing in mind, it's also better for chasing people because it means that they
Yeah.
get stunned more often. So keep up to them.
But like, think about this: a lot of heroes that have a cast point that's higher than the battery assault interval, so they'll get their spell off. Like previously, it was slow heroes like Jakira and Earthshaker that can't get their shit off. Whereas now with the minus 0.3, that's pretty much any fucking hero apart from like
It's a lot
Lion
of heroes won't
Hex
be able to cast
and a few
spells.
others. If you get that level 25, most heroes, as far as I can tell, won't be able to cast their shit. Because that is a really fucking low interval. And it'll be like, pimp, 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 pimp. That's crazy. Anyway.
Jay, quick question.
Yeah.
This is to Jake. Did the 125... It's up from 75 rocket flare damage, right?
Yeah, it's
Was
125.
75, was it level 15? Or
I
level
think
20?
it was 15. I'm pretty sure it was 15. I'm
15,
pretty
so
sure they
maybe
bumped it
20.
up. So you've now got plus 15 strength. I'm pretty sure the plus 75 rocket flare damage was in place of 15 strength. I'm pretty sure. Jake will know, but I'm pretty sure because I do play Clock a lot as well, and the 125 rocket flare damage is fucking massive. But at level 20, that means that's like great for pushing and shit like that.
That's really good for pushing, yeah.
All right, Crystal Maiden. What's changed here? Now, what does this mean? Plus 14% mana cost / mana loss.
So that's the same as Kaya, or whatever that thing is called.
Right.
So her mana costs are reduced by 14%, and her mana loss to Diffuse Obeyed AM is reduced by 14%. I would still take 90 gold per minute, though, because that hero needs items.
I don't know, because take a look at the level 20 talent after Ore.
Ooh.
Plus 250 attack speed. Now let's scroll back up to Clinks. His fucking Strafe gives you plus 260 at max level.
I mean, I already like getting stuff like phase boots on it. I mean, I doubt you'd have phase boots level 20 if you got to level 20, but the hero can hit like fairly hard if you get a couple of items like Shivas or Ags, but then again, it's like pretty hard to get those.
But that attack speed.
Maybe if you got something that had like a debuff on it, like I don't know, you could get like a Maelstrom or something, and then you'd be like really good at
That'd be
farming.
insane. That is nuts.
What's the Maelstrom and
What's
then-
the fucking new item? Nullifier.
Yeah, that would be good.
Nullifier with the increased.
Hey, wouldn't it work? Oh, we haven't got to Dazzle yet.
Haven't got
It
to
might
that.
work well with Dazzle.
That is nuts. Plus 250.
It's
I mean,
really fun.
there's no item in the game comes close to 250. So if you build, like you said, a Maelstrom, which already gives you extra attack speed, and you get that fucking talent, I'm fucking playing Carry
Yeah,
Maiden
you'd
straight
be
out of
really
the gate.
good at
I want to
just
see that.
fucking- You'd just be like farming all over the place. Then you definitely would get items, wouldn't you?
That is crazy. Plus 250. I can't get around that.
It's so. Yeah.
Any
Plus
item that has a
250,
prop,
and
or
then
any
you-
item like MKB or
Right,
anything.
Here's the team, right? Here's the team. You
All
get
right,
Legion Commander, right?
Troll. Get
Beast-
Troll.
Troll, Beastmaster.
Yeah. And Magnus. No. Or what else? Or Bloodseeker.
Sven with Axe. Sven with Axe.
So with Ags. there you go.
Oh wow, that's
With
interesting.
CM, obviously.
All right, Darkseer. Extra evasion, 12%, or plus 90 damage for the old karate chop.
Karate chop.
I mean, plus 12 HP regen is fucking huge. Plus 75 vacuum AoE. Plus 75 is not big enough, I think, in terms of utility compared to HP regen. Because with the long cooldown, vacuum is like a 32-second cooldown or something. So you can get an extra 75 out of that, or you can just become the ultimate peanut, because you build fucking Greaves on him anyway. So your HP regen, and maybe even a fucking hood into a pipe. So your HP regen is already going to be fucking ridiculous. So you become like almost unkillable. I like this one. This is like a Centaur ult. 300 AoE surge. Group up, lads.
This is literally.
We're surging.
Group up, lads. We're getting out of here.
Patience from Zone.
Patience from Zone. He's used the AoE surge. The sleep, the silence.
Now this I don't know. Parallel wall, which I really like, or 150 iron shell damage.
So, do you want to explain this one, or shall I?
Is it what? Is it a cross?
Because I think it's really, really interesting.
No. That would be perpendicular. Parallel means it's wall.
Parallel means it's like a dick coming out of you. Right?
No. It means where you place the wall to be another one parallel.
It goes across you.
Okay.
So parallel is just straight away from you, right?
No, I think it means. No, I think it means parallel in that you get 2 walls. That's all I can think it means.
I know.
Parallel wall? Maybe.
I mean, it can't be parallel if it's just in line with you.
That's really funny, actually.
I think it literally becomes 2 walls. So you can get double illus.
Say, for instance, you put, like, if you do wall vacuum, you'd have the wall, and when they vacuum, most people will go through both, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd have to scatter to either side of it. It's like trapping them in. How does it? Okay, it's way too few, way too little detail to explain. Like, how far apart are they? Like, or any of that shit.
I mean, obviously, but the point is, they're not going to be parallel, and they're going to be 10,000 units apart. They're going to be fairly close together. What it's going to mean is, you can vacuum, put the wall down, and they can't run one way and get away from it.
They can't run backwards to get away from you, right?
Yeah, and if you're clever, if you can get the wall down and then vacuum, you can vacuum them through both, and then they take the damage from both, and you get double illus. So if you can get 2 PAs, you can crit their entire team down. That's what I think that means. Parallel wall. It must mean you get 2. It must mean. Oh god, yes. Yeah. Iron Shell. Who fucking cares? Boring shit. I want to get the fucking MVP parallel wall play. Alright, reworked Poison Touch on Dazzle. Targets a unit and releases a poison that splashes on nearby targets. Like Ether Shock targeting, applies a DPS and a slow to the target enemies. Anytime a poison target... So it's like a cold snap almost. The debuff duration gets refreshed. Deals up to 40 DPS and slows by 20%. Lasts 7 seconds. Refreshing. Affects up to 7 targets. Cooldown is 20 seconds. So doesn't that mean that you can Poison Touch and keep it going, and then Poison Touch and keep it going again? That's crazy.
I think it's because before Poison Touch was like kind of wanky, because you had to level up to max in order for it to be like really good. But I think Poison Touch now is worth like the first point for like first bloods and stuff. Still not sure you'd max it over.
You definitely don't max it over Grave or Heal.
Because Grave and Shadow Waver still
the zoning ability you have on the offlaner was good with even with just level 1 Poison Touch before, it was pretty good. It's crazy now.
Lads, I need a pee, so wait 2 seconds. Don't scroll on. We're on Dazzle. We're on Dazzle.
Have you read the full patch, man?
No, I read up to like I or something.
Yeah, I've read none of this new stuff.
Change. I was like, support Invoker Master Race.
Yeah, I was about to say, dude, the support Invoker triple refresher. 10,000 Sunstrikes. The build they're playing to. That's really quite far apart, actually. That's further than I thought.
What's a screenshot?
That's I don't know. Would I take that? I guess it's really good for choke, like high ground defense and shit like that. But
if you got it in like a Roche, like for instance, or defending high ground. Like that's the perfect place. Like for instance, if they're sieging high ground, they're taking the tower. One wall will be in front of them, so they couldn't advance, and the other one would be behind them. So
even Cine couldn't miss that many Sunstrikes. Yeah, what someone said in chat. If you're losing the game, that's really good.
What, the wall?
The wall, yeah. If you just hide it, if you're just high ground defending.
The wall.
The wall. Building Trump's wall.
The Iron Talon, the Iron Shell damage is legit, considering that at
5-second BKBs basically.
Hang on. Where the
You doing some
fuck
maths
is
here?
Ishkafel? Where's Ishkafel on the Dota 2 fucking Reddit? Oh, there it is. Right. At the
Alright.
moment, it's...
Scrolling down to
If you
Death
look in-
Prophet.
If you look in Discord, you can see a picture of the wall.
Oh, let's have a look.
Parallel
Alright,
The
someone's got a
wall.
picture of it.
The
Yeah,
wall.
like I said, yeah, the parallel. Yeah, parallel walls. Alright, interesting.
Oh my, it's
They're
not loading.
pretty far apart, but I mean, it's
Yeah,
good
that's
for
what I'm saying,
trapping
they're pretty
people.
It's basically
Yeah.
a high ground defense tool.
Maybe. Maybe. Death Prophet.
Oh yeah, we lost out on Iron Talon, didn't we?
Alright,
Rest
this
in
is
peace.
interesting. Plus 500 health is pretty fucking nuts.
Yeah.
That's 5 Ogre, as they're now known, axes. Munt, did you notice that change? It's no longer Ogre Club, it's now Ogre Axe. Alright, it's a
Alright.
picture of an axe, but still. Plus 150 cast range, plus 1% max health spirit siphon, or plus 8 exorcism spirits, or exorcism grants haste.
I think the haste is actually kind of redundant, I'll be honest, because
She's fast as fuck, right?
she is fast when you get like, if you get like a Yules, which is pretty standard on the hero, and like a Boots of Travel, you're already at like 480.
Right, but consider this. You exorcist, and you chase people down with the spirit siphon, and no one can escape you. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's true. You
And as people have pointed out, some people are saying that means you can't be slowed.
Yeah,
That's
but
probably the biggest
I
part
just
of
feel
it.
like 8 exorcism spirits is what the hero's more about, right? I don't feel like it's the hero's ever been. I don't personally feel like I've ever been too
Kai'Sid.
slow.
Right, but think about
like,
this: if you get if the exorcism spirits are nice, but this kind of gives you a new angle on the hero, because exorcism, that is a long ass fucking spell, right? So if you pop
Yeah.
exorcism, especially now, as I keep coming back to, with that Roshan refresher orb for free, you can exorcism, you can pop that exorcism
Yeah.
again. You can be hasted the entire
I mean-
fucking time, running around silencing people, not slowable, siphoning people. I think it makes you
Can't
like
be
this
dispelled by diffuser blade anymore.
terrifying.
People forget that the closer you are to a target, the more damage you do with exorcism. So
Yeah, there you go.
I guess with the haste,
You could run them
like,
down.
right-
Absolutely
you could
run them
literally
down.
you could actually M-click them and just like walk away and get a drink. And when you come back, they'd be dead because there's no way they could escape.
Alright, Disruptor. Extra health or Thunderstroke damage, extra cast range or kinetic field. I think these are pretty much the same. 180 gold a minute. I don't remember that
They're
one
all
being
the
in
same
there.
except 20 and 25. They've removed 120 talent. I can't remember what it was, but they've put 180
Probably
gold
plus
instead.
10 move speed.
Or maybe it was only 120 gold. It might have been 120 gold to
Yeah,
180.
maybe.
Um,
But look at this.
25.
Minus 10 second glimpse cooldown, which is pretty big. Or plus 4 second kinetic field duration, which is also pretty big.
I
Dude!
would take kinetic. I think.
I can't remember what they changed about him. Plus 100 Devour bonus gold. I think that was in there before.
yeah,
Devour targets Ancients.
That was in there
level
before.
25, I believe.
it's
Plus
the 25 of the new
100%
ones.
cleave. Pretty sure that's new.
Yes.
Plus 40 Doom DPS. Plus 20 evasion. These are interesting. They've changed nothing else about him apart from his talents. I quite like that. DK, this is interesting. Now this is interesting. Wait a second for this one, because I was thinking about this earlier. Breathe Fire reduces total attack damage, not just base damage, which is nice for him. Attack damage reduction reduced from 35 to 25. All right. Fire cast point is increased. So his breathe fire is no longer like instant, but the distance has gone up. So here's the thing. Plus 80 attack speed. You can get plus 40 XP gain, which again, like we said, that's Dragon Knight. Who was the other hero that had plus 40?
Tusk and
And
earlier. Bane or something, right?
Bane. So 2 times Dragon Blade HP regen armor, amazing, and plus 40 strength. Think how fucking tanky you would be with that shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy. 300 health as well. I mean, Jesus Christ, this hero is gonna have like 10,000 health. All right, Drow Ranger.
The ultimate Winter Wyvern opponent. isn't
Plus
it?
5 all stats or plus 20 movement speed. Plus 25 attack speed or 300 gust knockback. Plus 1.5 second gust duration. Given that it's already like fucking 7 seconds, that can fuck
It's
off.
6, I think, max level.
It's
not,
crazy.
I don't think 1.5 is.
50% cooldown reduction or 20% precision aura. I think the aura is pretty fucking huge there,
Or
honestly.
and marksmanship agility. That's what
Yeah.
I'd take.
All right, Earth Spirit.
50% cooldown reduction though on like
Yeah.
blinks and 4 stuffs. That's
And
pretty
on the
good.
silences, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Boulder Smash stun duration plus a second. Geomagnetic grip target style. Have they changed much about him? Again, a hero I do not play, so...
Geomatic Grip if target's allies was already there. Pretty much all the same. I think they might have increased roller balling damage. I don't know if that was...
I don't know if... Did he get 150 gold damage, 150 gold a minute at 20 already, or was it 120?
Might have been lower at a lower level. I'm not sure.
Alright, Earthshaker.
I don't know.
Echo Slam, initial damage removed.
He got buffed.
Yeah, but I think what they're saying is you can't just solo people with your chain stun shit, because the initial Echo Slam won't do any damage to you, unless there's creeps around you. So, if you're standing in a creep wave, and he's able to waddle up and stun you, or blink and stun you, then so be it. Echo damage has been increased to 110 at max level, which is insane. And it bounces twice off non-illusion heroes. So if you can get him grouped up... I mean, this is... The Echo Slam now is like the game-ending ult. I don't understand it. And you can then get a level 20 plus 50 Echo damage. I thought he was already fucking amazing. I'm pretty sure Earthshaker players are looking at this and like, alright, the initial damage is removed, but now the Echo damage is increased, and it bounces twice off heroes. That's crazy. So it bounces once off illusions and twice off non-illusions. I mean, to me, this is a buff. It looks like a big old buff.
He got buffed. I'm so sad he got buffed.
We're gonna see him in every fucking game now. A non-illusion hero is
just a
hero, an actual hero that's not like a Manta or like a Terrorblade illusion or anything else like that. So it's crazy. The talent gives you plus 50, so each Echo is now worth 150, and off non-illusion heroes it bounces twice. But there's no but the lack of the initial damage does actually change it quite a bit, because the initial damage is quite high, I think. So I think it's actually not as bad as it looks. The Echo damage has gone up.
It gives more outplay potential for the other team. You can play around Echo more. Like if you
stay out of creeps. But honestly, the initial damage wasn't nothing. It was quite high. That with the Echo was really bad. So. I'm pretty sure they've changed it, but we'll see. Alright, Elder Titan. Echo Stomp now wakes up if the target takes more than blah blah damage. No longer has exception for player end damage.
Won't get triggered anymore.
But doesn't this mean... So cumulative damage means you don't just tickle them, right? But creeps can now wake people up.
If they do that much
No longer has exception for player owned damage, so creeps could do it. Added visual effects for natural order, whatever. What's changed about this guy? Munt? He's AFK. Alright, whatever, I don't play that hero. Ember Spirit. This is I like. Plus 2 Sleight of Fist charges. You can Sleight of Fist twice. That's quite interesting. Or you can have more remnants.
True Strike. Holy fuck.
True Strike. As a fucking talent.
Well.
That's crazy.
Well.
That is crazy. I mean, True's literally a talent that just says, yeah, he's got True Strike.
All the other True Strike things have become accuracy. Why does Ember Spirit just have True Strike?
Don't know. He just gets it at level 20. What are you going to do? Enchantress. Now removes positive buffs on enemy heroes with Enchant. That's pretty big.
That's really big.
Enchant affects Ancients, so she can now get Ancients. Or was that previously in there? I can't remember.
Don't think so.
Plus 100 Untouchable Slow. I don't know if that was already been there. Again, a hero I don't really play. Plus 25 Nature's Tendency Heal, or plus 8% Impetus damage. A hero I don't play, I'm sorry.
It was only the 20 talents that seemed changed.
Alright, Enigma doesn't seem changed that much to me.
The only difference is they've added plus 70 Eidolon damage.
Yeah.
They've increased the amount of health you get at level 20 talent, and they've moved the Malefice instances from 20 to 25. And they removed the armor talent.
I would still always take the demonic conversion Eidolons because it looks
plus 70,
amazing.
Plus 8. Pretty good.
I would always take that.
Back.
Void.
What's up, dude?
What have they changed about Void? Plus 500 Time Walk cast range, was that always in there?
No, 25 is... plus 500 was his 25 before. He's 25 now. It's back!
It's back! Plus 25% backtrack! Or a slightly bigger chrono. I wonder what I'm going to take.
It's fucking back.
We already lost a game to a Void this afternoon who fucking destroyed us. So 25% of all attacks are just
I saw
missed.
You had quite the stack this afternoon. Poorly Pissed, Shocky Scrubs, Basti.
Oh, it was quite the stack. Honestly, we had fun. We lost them, but they were fun fucking games. They were fun games. Gyro. Removed homing missile cast point.
This hero has to get buffed a lot here, so...
Homing missile will find a new target if the primary target dies. No
That's
biggie.
Cool.
It's not a massive deal, though.
Not
Homing
massive,
missile
but-
speed increased, so it's faster. The launch delay, however, is now 3 seconds. It does a fixed amount of damage from a max of up to 500 to a fixed of 325. So it just does that.
Yeah.
Rather than having to be a distance charge. So you do 325 with max homing missile. That's pretty fucking annoying. And it now takes a max level 4 hits instead of 5. So plus 25 damage, plus 2 health, plus 3 flat cannon attacks, or plus 11 rocket barrage damage, plus 50 move, minus 20 per second cooldown, global cooldown at level 25, or 3 homing missile charges. So you could go like, just launch 3 homing missiles on people, or go for the old global cooldown, which is probably, you'd always take the homing missile charges, I would hope. But Huskar. I like this one, level 25. I don't know if he had it before. 0-second inner vitality cooldown.
He did not have that before. That is new.
So he just always has it, basically. Or plus 125 attack range, which is no small thing. Plus 400 life break cast range. He's going to jump like the entire screen now. So
that was at level 25.
That's pretty big. In Joker.
Now we have to hand this over to our resident support invoker expert.
Describe to us, man. What's up?
Changes here.
Okay, so I like the Chaos Meteor damage, right? So when someone's farming, when the carry's farming, you can just like steal all the farm with the meatball, right? That's really good. Although the tornado is also good for like setting up Sunstrike.
It is only a third of a second.
Yeah, and support invoker you max exhaust, so you know you're not going to get decent tornado.
Quite right, yeah.
Cold Snap I like with support invoker because you know more deeps because you're just going to run around with Cold Snap and Sunstrike right most of the game. Cataclysm is obviously the pick here,
which is insane.
Like,
it's insane.
It's amazing.
So this is the thing. When it says creates 2 visible, so they can see the Sunstrikes.
Yeah.
Within 175 to 250 range of each enemy hero, does that mean they'll both hit if they don't move?
Yeah.
No, because it would be so. Say for instance, you're walking down, like down the river. It would do a Sunstrike like around you in like I would imagine in viable places, like so one behind and one in front, I guess. So I don't know how it totally works. I'll have to try on the test client.
I mean, when it says within 175 to 250, for instance, let's say we had a black hole that killed all 5 heroes, and I double tap Sunstrike. Does that mean they're all going to get hit by double Sunstrike, or they'll all get hit by one Sunstrike?
The AOE of what is the AOE of Sunstrike?
Someone says it's 175. The radius is 175.
The radius is.
But it's to within. But it's within 175 to 250. So you could get lucky. Oh, there's the door. Hold on.
I just read the IO change. Alright, that's really dumb.
Yeah. Oh, fucking imagine it. If every single Sunstrike landed, right, with refresher. Let's have a look. Let's do the maths. Let's do the fucking maths, bitches. Right, calculator. So, let's say we've got Ags and Sunstrike. That's 537.5 damage. So, that's 2 times 5, so 537.5 times.
Sorry, lads.
5.
Mrs. F just came home.
Times 2.
What are you looking at?
Times 2.
Calculating the max Sunstrike damage we can do.
If every single Sunstrike hit with the refresher, right, you'd do 10,750 pure damage.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
10,000?
Yeah, overall. Because it would be...
Oh, okay. I thought you meant to
Yeah.
each hero. Yeah, right.
No, that would be...
Okay.
That would be meta, dude.
Yeah, you
That
could
was-
do
You don't even need
refresher.
to finish the refresher now anymore. You've
No.
got
The Roche refresh.
tier
Yeah,
3 Roshan.
the Roche,
Roche fresh.
the Roche fresh.
Yeah.
Roche
It would be
fresh.
even more.
Alright.
Oh, we need to copyright that turn. Every
Scrolling-
time
scrolling down to IO.
Cut.
Scrolling down to IO.
Fucking a hilarious IO change.
Attack
Fucking
tethered
hilarious.
allies target. Automatically
No,
attacks
that's not
every
even the
time your
funniest one.
ally
That's
attacks.
pretty funny. That's pretty funny, alright?
Okay, what is it?
Level 15.
Tether grants scepter bonus. What does that mean?
If you tether a hero, it gives them their scepter bonus.
No.
I think so.
No.
I would
At
imagine so.
level 15.
No. That's ridiculous. That
Yep.
cannot. No, that cannot be. It must be badly worded.
I believe what it is.
I've nearly downloaded the client, so I can have...
Oh shit, I should probably start downloading that as well, actually.
That cannot
to-
be.
Don't do test, right?
It literally does. Holy shit. Yeah, either that or plus 90 spirits damage, guys. My god. My
That's
god.
the dumbest. That is officially the new dumbest talent in the game that I've seen
Yeah,
so far.
that is literally the dumbest talent in the game. I mean, you could tether a lion and get lion ult at level 15.
Lion Ags,
The
yeah.
thing is, there's some heroes that you can't lose ags when you... Like, Nyx, for instance, has an ability.
Yeah, what if you give Meepo an extra one? When you take it away, does it die? Does it kill the Meepo?
And then you die.
Does Nyx get stuck in the ground? This is gonna be so
Imagine-
fucking good!
Imagine if Wisp tethered Meepo, gives the extra Meepo, and then when the tether stops, the Meepo dies, so the normal Meepo dies.
The normal Meepo dies.
Oh my god, look at the image! Look at the image that Ascens Wetter has just linked in chat.
Oh, deleted link.
Alright,
Oh,
let me
okay.
copy
I'll
it.
repost it, I'll repost it.
Alright, let me post it. Here we go, I've done it. Click on that. This is if you tether... if you tether fucking... Tethers the owl. Look at that. Brrrr. That is
Jesus
insane!
wept.
Alright, that's broken as fuck. And that
I'm
needs to be fixed.
an IO main now. Playing
That
IO.
is insane! Alright, Jakiro. Dual breath cast points. So they've lowered his cast points.
Yep.
And they've given him... I thought the dual breath damage was at level 10. Instead of 15. It's only plus 40. I'm pretty sure it was higher before. Minus 60 liquid fire attack speed, so they buffed liquid fire. I'm pretty sure that wasn't in there before. But other than that, level 25 looks the
That's
same.
the only changes, I think.
Alright,
They moved
Juggernaut.
the 250 attack range from 25 to 15 now.
So
That's
Juggernaut is no longer silenced while using Blade Fury, but he still can't cast Omni. He can just cast Ward.
Wait,
Plus
What?
5 Omni slash strikes at level 25. Was that always the case?
why is that changed?
Because
I guess
because previously when you Blade Fury you couldn't cast anything. Now you can cast Ward while you're spinning.
Yeah.
Oh, can cast ward. Sorry, I
Yeah.
misread
Just like
that. I thought it was
TPing
cannot
out, I
cast.
guess. Like, you know
Yeah.
when Chalky did that wanky TP in front of two people?
I remember.
50 HP. If he
Yeah.
had the wall
Yeah.
there. See?
He might have been alright.
Yeah.
Plus
he was
600
ahead.
health at level 25 is no small thing. That's a lot. I don't know if that was always there. Keeper of the Light. Man Elite cast range has been reduced. Thank Christ.
Fair enough. Oh my god.
Plus 200 illuminate damage slash heal. Plus 300 chakra magic. But I can't remember what's
8%
changed.
spell
About him.
life too.
300 chakra magic is, like, nuts.
Yeah.
Plus 300.
There's
that
a
is
lot
crazy.
of nuts things about Kotal now.
Yeah, he's made even nutsier. Kunkka is no longer restricted from using Quelling Blade. Nice.
Nice, nice.
Ghost Ship Fleet. Now, what is that?
That, from what I've been able to tell from Enthused, is it casts 4 ghost ships. Now, I want someone in chat to correct me. Please correct me. Please tell me it's not 4 ghost ships.
I love
If
how it
it's-
doesn't say anything.
It just says. It just says Ghost Ship Fleet.
obviously.
Ghost
4
Ship Fleet.
ghost
Yeah,
ships.
it's a fleet of ghost
It
ships.
is 4 ghost ships, one after the other.
Oh
so does
my
that chain
god.
stun? Does that chain stun? 1 second delay before each landing. Does that chain stun? If that chain stuns, that's fucking crazy. No, if it's a 3-second delay, it won't chain stun. I'm getting
That
I'm
is
getting
that is
conflicting
still
information.
hilarious. And think
That is
about this:
hilarious.
if you're pushing high ground, you just cast Ghost Ship. What are they going to come and fight you?
I mean, it would refresh the RAM every time you used it, right? So
Surely.
I think it's just one after the other. It's not a use thing. It just goes. You cast it once, and it just goes boom, 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 boom.
That's crazy.
Fucking
That's
it
crazy.
would effectively extend the RAM by however much.
Yeah.
If you can time it, it chains, says Goblins. I have to see that. That's fucking insane. That is insane. But the thing is, plus 50% Tidebringer cleave. So it depends which kind of Kunkka you're carrying. Again, like you said, yeah. Damn. Alright, Legion. Has she changed? Plus 50 overwhelming odds hero damage, is that new?
Press the attack cooldown.
Minus 10.
Maybe.
Right.
No, that was there before, because I got it at level 25, I remember.
Alright. Well, whatever,
When I
who
was
cares?
crying.
Nerd hero. Less Shrek. Look, this is my favourite level 25. Diabolic Edict Explosions.
Explosions.
Plus
Classic.
50 is pretty nuts.
You just
Plus
die under
50.
the tier 4s and it kills
Yeah.
them. It's good stuff.
That is pretty nuts. Lich. Alright. Now this is what I don't understand. Chain Frost is now reflected on initial projectile impact rather than on cast time. Now reflected does that mean if I throw my Chain Frost
if you
at someone,
cast it at Lotus Orb, it instantly casts it back.
No. It's on the impact. Right. But when it says reflected, given the poor grammar and language in the rest of this patch, when it says reflected, does it mean that it bounces to another person based on when it hits rather than when I cast it? Because otherwise, if I threw it at someone, like previously, if I threw it at someone and they moved away, it didn't then bounce. So when it says reflected, it must mean from something like...
It means Lotus.
Lotus. It must mean.
Has to be Lotus Orb. It might.
Anyway.
Could it mean Blade Mail though?
Or like
reflected damage.
Anti-Mage Ags.
Oh, Anti-Mage Ags.
Yeah. Ice Armor slow has been drastically reduced in the early levels because it was fucking ridiculous.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, it was
but then look at this. Everything else is the same, I think. Oh, they've taken away his...
provides plus 30 HP
yeah, that's
regen.
it.
That's
plus 30 HP regen instead of plus 35 armor, I think it was on buildings. So
yeah.
So again, like you said, carry versus or core versus support. So if you want to go for the ice armor, plus 30 HP regen.
Buildings plus 30 HP regen.
But it's still
buildings?
that is nuts if true, because that's like a free Treant plus.
I hope that's not true.
I think it is. Doesn't ice armor?
You can put it on buildings.
But does it? Does it give it a 30 health regen?
Yeah, I think so.
That's amazing. Does it heal buildings? That's the question. That is the question.
Someone in chat, please tell us.
We'll have to assume so.
Because that's a buff to lit.
Oh wait. Someone's alright. So Choose has linked a video of the ghost ship fleet. Here we go.
Fair enough. God, it works on buildings. Okay, well, if Lich gets to 25, then that's fair, I guess, but that's 6 kind of dumb.
So it's one boat, 1, 2, 3, second boat, 1, 2, 3, third boat. So it's like 3 seconds apart each boat.
Now that was a...
That's crazy.
And then he says right at the end, now that was a failed boat. Singular.
Singular. Bang. Unplayable. That is crazy. So Ice Armor gives the buildings extra armor and plus 30 HP regen. I might actually take that over the Skadi now.
Yeah, that hero's still crazy. Okay. Well, we're saying this is still crazy at level 25. That is the kicker.
Easy to get there with him.
Easy 25.
Lifestealer. What's changed here? Plus 2% feast, plus 2% rage duration, plus 50% open wounds heal. It looks pretty much the same. If something's changed, it's fairly minor. There's nothing bonkers there as far as I can see, anyway. Lena. Minus 6 second Dragon Slave cooldown. Was that always the case? That's like all the time.
Yeah, it was. So the level 25 was the it was plus 3% Fiery Soul per stack, I believe.
Okay.
And the minus 6 second Dragon Slave, and then 20 was like attack range and something else, but I think it's because before when you got level 25 with Lena, all you needed was like 1 damage item, and it was just retarded. It was
ageless or something like that.
So I don't know if you. I mean, 170. I mean, the hero has the longest range in the game by default, outside of Sniper when he gets his like take aim. So you can siege like really well with it, but
as people have pointed out, denying is now so brutal
Yeah.
The Lich is even more powerful. They've actually buffed Lich in this patch, despite the fact everyone's complaining about it. I'm so fucking glad. I'm so fucking glad.
Also, you used to get 50 damage on Lina at level 15, not 25, so slightly.
But you get 25 at level 10 now, so.
Yeah, I think they upped the Light Strike away, because you used to get, I think it was plus 80 at 10.
80 or something, yeah, somewhere around.
Alright, Lion. Plus 1,000 Earth Spike range, which is like the map.
Both of those 25s are insane!
Or plus 325 AoE Hex, the old Blink Lion Hex, into Earth Spike, into fucking quad boat.
I think the Earth Spike is probably better.
Earth Spike's better.
Yeah, otherwise you're basically blinking to die. But if you're level 25 on Lion, you've got Blink probably in Force as well. So you can Blink AoE Hex them if they group up. It's like a mini black hole. Your team goes in there, and then you can force stuff out, and then you can, you can do the fucking mini rabbit.
Level 25 things. Just level 25 things.
But plus 500 health is a shitload anyway. Holy shit. Alright, that's interesting. Lone Druid. Alright, Plague, talk us through it.
So, as far as I'm aware, because I've only very briefly read these, they've lowered the cooldown drastically and increased the duration. Oh, they reduced the duration on Battlecry, which is his attack damage buff on both of his units. And then to complement that, they've given him some pretty fucking crazy talents, which is minus 25 seconds on Battlecry cooldown, and then Battlecry grants spell immunity. So if I'm pushing Rax with Lone Druid now, if I Battlecry, I'm BKB'd for 5 seconds, doing 100, 200 bonus damage with a very negatively reduced cooldown.
So what about
that
level
could
25?
Be really fucking crazy.
0 Entangle cooldown, or Battlecry grants spell immunity.
That spell immunity is on both units, by the way. On the Lone Druid and on the Bear will both be BKB'd for 5 seconds. I think that's fucking insane, personally. Like,
Jesus.
The rest is pretty good, but Battlecry can't spell immunity. I don't know why you'd ever take Entangle cooldown.
So you're happy?
I'm happy. I think Lone Druid could be very, very strong this patch.
Alright, good. Luna.
No. That means you're going to have to pick it for you every time.
Luna. What's changed?
Plus 25% lifesteal and plus 24 Lunar Blessing damage is what I see immediately. I think those are the only two ones.
But she says Lunar Blessing, not Lunar Blessing. It should be Lunar, like Lunar.
Right, yeah.
Anyway. Lycan. Fixed break, not disabling Feral Impulse. Plus 5 armor, plus 20 damage. Plus 8 Feral HP regen, plus 12 cooldown reduction. Plus 3 Wolf Summoned, or plus 600 Howl Hero Health. I don't know. Again, a hero I don't play, so not sure how important all that stuff is. Magnus. Shockwave Scepter speed has been increased. Great! Plus 20% empowered damage / cleave at level 25.
So that used to be the 20 talent, was 20% empowered damage.
Plus 500 skewer range.
That used to be the 25, so they switched them, I think.
Or plus 0.75 reverse polarity. I think you'd take the Empower, because that's pretty nuts. Plus 20% and scaling as well. Holy shit. Medusa, a lot of shit here. Split Shot is now a passive, which kind of sucks. Because that means as soon as you start leveling it, you're split shotting, like you're pushing, that's it.
Well, so I play a fair bit of Medusa, and so before the split shot was it was better for farming, the sort of way it was, because obviously you kill like 2 of the small creeps and the wild can camp, and then you turn it off to kill the big one faster. But now it's made it so that it no longer reduces damage for the primary target. So you no longer need to worry about the fact that you're attacking.
Right, but when you're farming, like if you take a level of it in the lane, you are going to be pushing the lane.
You don't typically take a level in it for.
Right, but so that's what I'm saying is
saying in terms of like it's like Sven Cleave as well.
Yeah,
though.
like again, you just wouldn't take it till later, but. Plus 7 split shot targets, which is pretty crazy. I don't know if you had that.
That's really good.
Split shot uses modifiers. They all
now,
proc
if you
stuff like
Scouting. For that, it sounds like it's written by the intern who stopped caring. They all proc stuff like Scardy.
Yeah.
And
no
Scardy isn't even capitalized, no full stop.
That's probably
just
the better one.
lazy internship.
playing something like against maybe like a PL or something, but even then I'd probably go Ags anyway. But the Stone Gaze, that was there before, but that still works with the Mystic Snake. So, yeah, I think the heroes. It's I played her yesterday, and you go like sort of fighty build with like Maelstrom and stuff, and you just like wreck face for like 25 minutes instead of 50. So I do like that.
Plus 800 mana at level 20, by the way.
Yeah, it used to be 600.
That's crazy.
So they upped that by an extra 200.
All right, Meepo. Does anyone know?
None of us. I do play a bit, but obviously, like I said, I was listening to Sheep's stream, and her overall opinion is that Meepo was nerfed overall. I don't know the specifics of it because I don't play that hero anymore, but overall nerf.
Okay, whatever. Who cares? Good riddance. Right, this is my favorite change. Reworked Leap has 3 charges, leaps 550 per charge, grants you movement attack speed for 2 seconds, and there's a replenish time of 30 seconds per charge at the max level. Mana cost 40, movement speed 32. I guess that doesn't stack. So you can just, if you get in trouble, you now basically don't need to build a blink on Mirana. You can leap in, do your shit, and double leap out, or you could even leap in, do your shit, leap out, and then leap back in again if you wanted, which is crazy. But I like that a lot. That's fucking ridiculous. Minus 70 Moonlight Shadow cooldown. I don't know if remember if that was always there.
That was not there. So before it was plus 100 attack speed on leap. The other big change,
which by the way was really fucking huge. The attack speed on leap was fucking nuts.
But they've moved it. If you see there, they've moved it to
now
15.
it's at level 15.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The accent for the fucking fairy, Jesus.
Well, where are you?
I'm in the test client.
Oh.
The accent is like Luna's but worse.
Is it bad?
From
the Silverburn! Alright, Monkey King. Base damage has been reduced. Jingle Mastery bonus has been lowered.
Earlier on. Levels.
He no longer destroys trees he's standing on when fucking Centaur stampedes, which is probably pretty fucking good for Monkey King. Again, not a hero I play very much, but I quite like this. +1 Wukong command ring. Does that mean...
So, if you look at... Cindy will probably correct me on this, but if you look at the way his ult works, in the AoE, it's 3 rings of Monkey King illusions, and they go excessively further out. So it's an extra ring on the outside, I would guess.
Okay.
So it makes it bigger AoE, maybe?
Right.
Very poorly explained.
But more importantly, +100 armor, Wukong's command.
You're actually immortal.
So, to physical damage anyway. So when you're under Wukong's command...
Hero, passive effects breaks the armor.
Yeah, there you go. To 0, by the way.
To 0.
But 1+1... No, the new hero, the Pangolin guy, if he hits you, after a few seconds, your armor is reduced to 0.
It has a chance to reduce your armor to 0, I think.
0, Monk. 0. Anyway, if he's not in the game, +100 armor. Thank you, 4 Dwarves. And thank you, Benna Scott, by the way. +100! Axe gets +40 for Berserker's Call. The whole time Wukong's command is up, +100 armor. You are unkillable. That's interesting. But that is at level 25, so... But plus 50% boundless strike damage is pretty fucking big as well.
Yeah.
Jings. Morphling. Alright, now this is interesting. They've reworked the hero completely, and I think it sounds fucking insane. Because this is like a free Rubik if you scroll on a bit. So all this stuff, all the attribute shift. Attribute shift now costs no mana, so you can never run out of mana. You can just attribute shift. Adaptive Strike deals damage based on agility, and one that stuns knocks back based on strength. So you can now Adaptive Strike with agility and it'll deal a shitload of damage, or you can knock them back and stun them. When one is casted, it goes on cooldown for 3 seconds. Adaptive Strike stun duration is now 4.25, now is 3 max. And the strength knockback is 500. They removed Scepter. So, replace Replicate with a new ultimate, Morph. Changes your hero to match the target enemy. Copies the target's visual model, basic abilities, base movement speed, attack range, and attributes. Now, when it says basic abilities, does that mean I could morph to Enigma and Steel Black Hole, morph to Tidehunter and Ravage? What does it mean?
No. Basic abilities is all non-ultimate abilities.
Okay. That's
I believe.
But I could change the fucking lion and hex somebody if I wanted to, or
yeah, something like that.
Or morph to Puck and fucking ultimate and all out
and Q, yeah.
and silence people. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Cast range 600, so plus 800 waveform range, plus 2 multi-shot adaptive strikes. You can now adaptive strike on plus 2 people. Has that always been in there, or is that new? That feels new. Oh, and now at level 20, morph targets allies, which is interesting.
New.
These are all nuts abilities.
Yep.
Like, imagine if you're a morphling and you target a Monkey King. You suddenly have the multi-strike thing where you go bop bop and you lifesteal and do crazy amounts of damage, I guess.
I don't know if he's a carry anymore.
What, morphling?
That's my one thinking. Because with the new...
Imagine having like a fucking Undying, you get double tombstone.
Yeah. Because you're switching yourself out to the other hero. You're probably, if you're going carry build, you're probably lowering your damage output.
Say for instance, you could do. I'd say you could still have him as a carry, but say for instance, like you had a Magnus, you could just give yourself Empower. I'm not sure if it would stack. Like if you're Empower, I guess it wouldn't.
No, but you could turn into him and double skewer people.
Say for instance, what abilities buff yourself? Like say for instance. Ability that buffs yourself that you can't cast on someone else that he could.
Well, if you're playing it support, you could take like Venge and get double Vengeance or something like that.
Or there must be an attack like a steroid that's.
Bloodseeker Thirst, Bloodseeker.
Or bonus? Howl, like Lycan Howl.
Lycan Howl, yeah.
I guess, but I mean.
So I'd say
probably offlane.
Anyway.
One thing people are saying is he doesn't have an escape anymore.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying support more.
But think about this, right? Think about this. Attribute shift doesn't cost mana.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, so you never run out of mana. You can just attribute shift, attribute shift, attribute shift.
2 Pugners pushing.
Yep, 2 Pugner wards down, I guess.
Yeah,
anyone that has a spell that's really fucking annoying, you can do it. You could glimpse 2 people at a time. Shrapnels. Shrapnels for days. Double. I guess you could. What else could got everything? Think of every hero who's got an ability that if you had it twice, it'd be fucking ridiculous. That's Morphling, I assume.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't know where to begin with that. I'd have to see just how AIDS it is in real life before I really understand it. All right, what does this say here? Cast range. This is not an illusion. Your hero changes appearance and abilities to match the target. So you could even morph to look like that hero. So if you wanted to save your carry, you could morph into him completely, and there's no way they'd be able to tell the difference. So you could, like you said, as a support or an offlaner, for example, you're now basically like Mr. Escapoo. Because they can just fucking go invis and you can morph to them, and if they don't see it, they'll think it's you.
The Morphling replicate with Ag and stuff has always been like super fucking confusing, and this hasn't.
Someone says it's target enemy. Alright, it is not target enemy. Target enemy, but
target enemies.
At level 20, morph target allies.
I thought you were talking about the target allies trick. But yeah,
I mean, you're going to be level 20 or morph at some point in the game. Think about that.
Think about that.
Think about that.
Think about that.
Just post thinking about, please. Thinking.
Think about it.
Think about that. Fool.
Naga Siren. Ensnare mana cost rescaled. Blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blue.
Nothing too interesting.
Who cares? Nature's Prophet. What's changed?
It's not so the most.
Oh, it's 2 times. Wasn't it 3 times treant HP and damage? Now it's 2 times.
I think it was 2.
You sure? I thought it was 3.
Oh, it might have been 3 actually.
I think it was 3.
Damn, son.
I think it was 3.
This?
Necrophos. Ghost Shroud slow has been reduced.
Nice.
Oh, sorry. Slow reduced. Yeah. All right. Ghost Shroud bonus magic damage.
So slow on other heroes caught in it.
Hostile Aura has been rescaled slightly, so it's higher at the max level. Reaper Scythe cooldowns increased by 20 seconds. Mana cost is up as well.
Good stuff. All round.
Yeah, alright. Minor nerfs to Necro. We'll take it.
Take what we can get.
Night Dude. Plus 140 Hunter in the night attack speed. Seems pretty good. His daytime vision has been reduced. Sure, whatever. Nyx. Now this I don't understand. Spike Carapace's damage return mechanics now work like Blade Mail. Still returns only once per enemy. Does
That'll
not stun
work
the spell
like
immune.
blade mail.
Now, yeah. Now, does that mean that when I
returns the
spike
same
Carapace,
damage.
it returns the damage? But previously, it just blocked it, didn't it? Like
as well.
previously, if I Carapaced and you Laguna Bladed me, I didn't take any damage. But
Yeah.
you didn't take any damage either. It just blocked
Yeah.
it. So now it's saying, right, but so when it's saying the damage return mechanics work like Blade Mail, does that mean if I Carapace and you ult me, you take the
Oh,
damage, I
sure,
take
sure.
nothing? Or does it mean that it works like Blade Mail and that we both take it?
That might
It's like
be.
blade mail that both take it, maybe.
So have they removed the fact that Spike Carapace means you basically don't
I
take the
actually have
damage?
No clue.
Look at this, Vendetta, unobstructed pathing, level 25. Or
pretty
fun.
plus 100 agi! 100!
I
Pretty
think the
fucking
Vendetta is better personally as a Nyx player. To be fair, you got plus 30 at level 20, I think, or was it plus 40?
You got plus 40 level 20.
Plus 100. Obviously, the hero's agi, so that basically is damage.
E-blade potential is.
So
off
it's
the
more
fucking
damage
chain.
on. I'm pretty sure Vendetta takes into account your normal.
It does, yeah. It is
Yeah.
bonus damage.
It didn't
so-
used to do like Battle Fury creeps and stuff, but it doesn't anymore. So
But if
so
if
it
you
might
have
be
really high agi, it's your base damage with bonus damage from Vendetta. So
Yeah.
your base damage would be
Yeah.
fucking insane.
So, for instance, like, also if you bear in mind that you also get a couple of seconds or a few hits when they're
Of
impaled,
whacking 'em,
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
So with
there's
the 100 agi, my thinking is Vendetta Sonic Passing is really good. With 100 agi, you get plus 100 agi, which is plus 100 damage, the plus 20 armor or something. You also get the plus movement speed, which is part of the new perks trick.
Mhm.
I could see agility being good. I do think Vendetta's better though, just because the warding potential, scout potential, whatever,
Yeah,
is so
they'll
much
need to
better, and your
bypass
ability
a lot
like
of
to
the-
escape.
You
when
could
you're
just
called.
run through the trees at somebody.
Like if you're
Yeah.
dusted, you just run into the trees. and
Yeah,
you're out.
you just fucking run
The
away.
problem is that so I think that's better, but you obviously won't have vision, so you'll be in the trees like a little numpty,
Yeah.
like walking around. Obviously, there won't be anyone in there, but it'd be good for like people. Like if people are trying to juke you, you can just run in,
Yeah.
just chase them.
You could run straight into the Roche pit. Think about that and just fucking
Yeah, that's
stun
true.
everybody. It's pretty nuts.
It would
Anyway,
allow you to go
that is
into
an
the enemy
interesting.
base as well.
Yeah, exactly. One thing I
That would
don't
be
understand is
LC.
Nyx Assassin's Spike Carapace damage return mechanics
Yeah, I
now
don't know.
work like Blade Mail. Has that changed Spike Carapace in the
I can
fact
check
that
now
you
if you want.
don't take damage
I'm in the
or
client.
I just tested it with Lena for an example, and it reflected no damage taken from Nyx.
so it reflected full to her and he took none,
No damage.
It's
but
just to
she
do with
took
that.
full.
She took full.
So she would take magic damage.
Yeah,
So instead of pure, which is what it used to do, she'll take magic, right?
but when it
So,
did it used to reflect it so that if you were Carapace and I damaged you, I took the damage instead.
I think it always did that because there was
I-
the really
Yeah,
old
yeah.
clip.
I thought that it just meant you took nothing. I didn't realize it reflected it.
Because there was the
No,
really old
no,
clip
it's
of the
always
shadow.
reflected. It's
Really?
always reflected. Yeah, it's
Wow.
always reflected.
But if it's like Blade Mail, that means that if
if
they're BKB'd and they Laguna Blade me, they'll take nothing. Because it's not like just damage. It's like based on the damage type, right?
Yeah, exactly. So if it's an auto attack, it will do physical back to you.
Yeah.
Before I think it was just pure or flat or something.
Yeah. Who knows? All right, let's have a look.
probably.
Ogre. What's changed here? Plus 40 bloodlust attack speed is pretty nice. I don't know if that was
That's
always
been
there.
moved from 25 to 20.
Yeah,
And
you
they've
got the
added
new
plus
5 blast
275
damage,
fire
which I
blast.
love.
Plus
which
275. And if you get a
bumps
fucking
build.
multi on that, holy Jesus.
Yeah, if you have an Ags as well with the double, that's like serious DPS.
That
Does
is
it-
serious deeps.
With the Ags, would it count? Because that's unrefined Fire Blast, not Fire Blast.
I should imagine it counts considering that.
I don't think it would. I don't think
Okay,
it
so Deb says it used to reflect as pure, now it reflects as type.
Shall
I
I
never
try
knew
it
it
out?
reflected. I'll be honest with you.
would. Do you want to just try it out, man, see if it works? Because
Yeah.
I admittedly their grammar has been shit so far, but I
What?
would think they would make the distinction between Fire Blast and
Yeah, I
unrefined.
guess they would. Let me have a look.
All right, Omni. Guardian Angel cast point slightly reduced. Plus 3 second repel duration. Plus 200 purification damage. Heal at 25.
Just good shit, really.
Okay, Oracle. False promise visual effects now show if the
That's
hero
so
will
cool.
die or
That's
not.
so cool.
Yeah,
That's
is nice.
a nerf for Oracle, I think, but that's really cool.
I don't know if it is enough because
Well, it's
It
sort of,
doesn't-
sometimes when you walk away from the kill, like he probably
Yeah.
dies and then he doesn't. It's that sort of thing. It's both a nerf and a buff in ways. Oracle now knows for sure, but the other team now knows for sure.
yeah. Pulse promise invisibility, has that always been there?
No, that hasn't. So old Oracle used to be his ult used to be really, really dumb. It would grant you like Slark ult level invisibility and a constant debuff refresh. So this is in some way going back to it with the new invisibility. I don't know how it works though. It might. I guess I'd say that whilst you're in the effect, every time you attack, you refade, like Glimmer Cape in a way. It would be my guess.
I hope so. All right, OD. Plus
I'm an OD
60-second Arcane Orb steal. I'm pretty sure
That's-
that was there.
That was already
That was
there.
there.
The other one was
Spell Lifesteal is the new one, right?
yeah, because the other one was
Oof.
something.
Wait a second.
That one I
Plus
forgot.
2 Sanity's Eclipse multiplier. Is that new?
Yeah,
That's new.
Mhm.
That's
But
pretty
it used
good.
to be. It used to be mana and something bullshit. Oh, like 10 MS, something like really bad.
Right.
And then it was it's literally just do like intelligence and mana and shit like that. So
Plus
strength
15
is
essence
new,
or a
the
chance.
Eclipse
Was that
Manager
always
is
there?
new.
So that's like
No, that
40%
was
before,
or something
yeah.
else? So, yeah,
Was that
that's
always
pretty
there?
nuts.
That's-
Anyway. PA. Plus 25% blood evasion or plus 5% coup de grace. Was that always there? I'm sure she had like a
both
big
of
plus
those, Both
agi.
of those are new. Both of those are new. What they've done is they've moved 20% lifesteal used to be 10% at level 15.
Right.
So they've moved that to 20. They've added plus 20% cleave
Cleave, yeah.
or minus 4 armor corruption on attacks. So you either cleave more or you do more negative armor when you attack.
You probably build Deso on her anyway. I think the
Probably,
cleave would
yeah.
help her
I would say
farming.
cleave, yeah.
But now you don't need to get a fucking battle fury and you hit level 15. But then again, level 15 is pretty late.
They've taken the level 25 double strike stifling dagger and moved it to 20.
Yeah.
I would say probably plus 5% coup de grace. Though actually, because most of the new evasion is accuracy, plus 25% blur evasion might be good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Alright, here, PL. Phantom Rush can now be toggled to disable it. That's good.
God.
Because sometimes you fucking wanted to use it when you wanted to use it and not just every time you right click to fucking creep. So that's good. Doppelganger now adds 2 seconds duration to all your illusions, which is really fucking annoying. 30% critical strike 2 times. So you have a 30% chance of critting people for double damage. Great. Doppelganger.
2 times.
I think it means for double damage.
Double damage? Oh, yeah. 30% critical strike for double damage. Okay. And that would work on all your illusions.
I assume so. So he can fuck
But
off.
with their reduced damage, so could be quite good.
Quite good. I don't want to see more PLs. What's wrong with you?
No,
Phoenix.
we don't, do we?
Plus 3 supernova hit count. Plus 2%
That was there
max
before, I
health.
think.
Yeah, that was.
Plus
Plus 1400
Icarus
Icarus
is
dive. I'm
new.
fairly sure that's
definitely
new.
new.
Pretty sure that's new. You know what would be nice is if they underlined the new shit. I'm just saying, Valve.
Yeah.
It's test of knowledge. We get to see if we can figure out everything that's new.
Puck. Dreamcore no longer deals damage on cast, but the break damage has been greatly increased. Scepter damage is now 700 on break. So if you can Dreamcore people and then like Batrider fucking flame break them, that's 700 damage. Holy shit. And look at this one. Dreamcore rapid fire. Attacks everyone once every nearly half a second within attack range.
It's really good that.
You just
That's
Dreamcore and be like pew 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 pew.
Yeah, especially
Puck
since
hits
really hard,
scales with her int very well. She hits hard anyway.
But look at this, they've moved. By the way, I'm pretty sure the extra gold was level 20. I'm
No,
pretty
it was
sure
always 25.
Are you
the
sure?
25 used to be plus 420 or
the
plus
illusory
2
orb
times
distance.
speed.
No, the illusory orb distance and speed was the level 25, wasn't it? You had to choose between that and
GPM.
GPM, yeah.
Most people took GPM, I think.
Yeah,
It's
420. I mean, also, fucking hell, that's a lot of extra money. Yeah, that's interesting. I like Dreamcore Rapid Fire. I would really
Yeah,
like
that
to
is
see
good.
that. That's insane.
Good attacks everyone.
Pudge. Mihawk
It
can pull
points.
runes, and if you hit them, Munt, the mana cost
Yeah.
is refunded.
I
Just get
I think
out
like,
to
the
you.
actual use of that is limited, but
Yeah.
I think as you play off lane, you can like snipe their rune
Yeah.
3, for instance.
And also, you don't have to go as far back to get your own. You can just hook it.
Yeah, exactly. So it does have uses. It's just like a quality of life thing. Rather
This
than,
I like though. Dismember pulls the target
that's
closer to
good.
Pudge.
That was because the Etherlands would
Yes.
fuck up Dismember.
And Rot would not do shit all because they'd be out of range. So
the talents are good. The Rot damage is good, but that means
you
that
take
you're
it.
way less,
Yeah,
you take it. Before it was plus 2 mana regen, which was kind of wanky.
Yeah.
Especially since you usually get like Soul Ring and stuff, so it
Yeah.
didn't matter. Spell Life still is really good because it works with Rot, so you take less damage. I imagine that probably cancels out part
Maybe.
of the Rot damage. I think the 75 damage is not really something that matters because you farm with Rot
Yeah.
anyway. So, and then 180 gold is pretty good. That
Yeah.
the level 20 used to be the extra second on Dismember, which has been moved to level 25,
Now
which is now
3
plus 3
seconds.
second
Yeah.
in Dismember duration, which is nuts. And the flesh heap
BKB piercing. What's the normal
it
duration?
used to be the normal duration is 3.
3. So,
So-
6-second BKB piercing. Fuck me.
Yeah, so it's like the longest. I think it's like the longest disabled. in the
No,
game.
Bane.
Oh yeah,
Bane.
Bane. Sorry.
It's
And
definitely the lowest cooldown disable for that long.
Yeah.
yeah, and the flesh heaps that used to be 1.7, I believe. But
I mean, 2 flesh heap stacks meant
1.7.
that would get we could be pushing into the 8k health.
yeah, exactly.
It depends on how the game's
Really,
gone,
really
I think.
I personally did prefer the old plus 120 rot damage because that was like insane. Like if you had an e-blade, it was just mental. But I think this is more geared towards like early game Pudge because rot at like level 1 and 2 is like, oh sorry, rot at low levels is shit. So at
Yeah.
level 10, it would probably help you. You know, that's when you have like nearly maxed rot, max hook.
Maybe
like,
you've got a cloak as well or something.
yeah, with Dismember, that'll really sort of basically you're gonna see Pudge in every fucking game.
Yay!
Because
Great.
that was should have a little bug patch there saying fixed bug where Pudge wasn't in every single game.
Alright, Pugna. Life drain range
Oh my
has been
god.
slightly reduced.
Oh, we're such memers.
Alright, so Decrypt can now target tombstones. I mean, that makes sense because it was stupid that it couldn't.
The
'cause it
reason
was-
they did that is for years Reddit has been complaining,
Yeah,
and as in a jokey way, why can't Decrepify target Tombstone?
yeah,
But there you
I
go.
think it's fair
I
enough.
think it used to, didn't it? As well?
No, I don't know if it ever did, but
maybe it
plus
is, yeah.
1.75 netherwood damage per mana, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Because
Crazy
it's already like 2-1 anyway, or something stupid like that at max level. So now it's almost like 4-1, I think. But that's nuts. Plus 25% life drain heal is crazy. But plus 200 nether blast damage cannot be sniffed at either. It's interesting. Pugna has not been nerfed at all, I think, and he's an obnoxious piece of shit.
It's a
so-
really sort of the problem with the heroes that is like
No escape, squishy.
it's
Like, he
very
can
like it's very niche
Yeah,
in terms
yeah.
of like what because obviously it's like a lot of pushing, it's a lot of magical damage, but if you don't have like a right team, it's like any other
It's horrible,
sort
yeah,
of
yeah.
dominant mid. It's just so
You're just
brutal.
like, shit,
Life
they
drain
picked
is
Pugna.
life drain does so much fucking damage, and the
Yeah, it
range
really
on it
does.
is just insane these days.
Well, it's been
Like,
reduced by 100, man. So there you
Well,
go.
Still
not
gives
anymore.
True Sight, still gives vision round in fog.
That is
not
the
fixed.
stupidest thing. The fact that going invisible doesn't cancel it. That is the stupidest fucking shit. Anyway, Queen of Pain. 20-second spell block. Again, not much information here.
that's like Lincoln Sphere on the 20-second cooldown.
Okay.
Blocks a spell. I'm not
All
sure
right.
it's targeted or what.
So
but
it's like
what-
she has Lincolns and that, she's untouchable, basically.
Yeah,
But there's also Scream of Pain,
Pain.
1.5 second fear,
yeah.
which is interesting as well. So that
Yeah,
means
you
you,
just
you
talk
could
about
blink
minus
in and
25,
fear
so
everybody.
20, right?
Yeah.
But when it
that's-
says fear,
like-
is that fear where they run back towards their base,
Yeah,
or
run
fear
back
where they
towards
just
their
run in
base.
random
back.
directions?
No, it would be back towards the base. So I was
So
gonna say,
that
if
you
it
could
was in
line
random
people up for
direction,
your ult.
That would probably be pretty bad
Hmm.
because then it would be harder to hit. Because you usually do Scream of Pain into Sonic Wave.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I think that's still good.
They just took her 25s and moved them to 20, right? And reduced them a bit because it was AoE Shadow Strike and 30% spell life steal before at 25.
Mm. Yeah.
That's Queen is
AoE Shadow Strike, so
Cindy's
she can
happy.
blink
Let's put
in.
it that way. Cindy's happy.
She can blink in, AoE Shadow Strike, Scream of Pain, which is an instant cast to fear everybody, and then ult them.
Yeah,
that's crazy
Cindy's
damage.
Happy. Let's put it
Holy
that way.
Jesus! All right, Razor, reworked Unstable Current. Every 5 seconds, which isn't that much, but it's a long ass spell. Random enemy within 350, which again is not very big, will be shocked, taking damage, getting purged and slowed. So that's like single target. I think that's pretty fucking strong.
It's
if you're
just to stop him being kited, right?
yeah, but if you're draining somebody and chasing them with your ult on, they're gonna get slowed to shit. Like that's pretty fucking big. Because he's fast as fuck anyway.
Happy 34-year anniversary, Mr. Flax.
34
Lots
Goosey
of
with
love,
34
Goosey
months.
XOXO.
Cheers,
That
Goosey.
bit. I just don't think that's a spoiler. Actually, it's not really a spoiler.
No.
'Cause it's right at the bottom.
We done Brood already.
Let me click this vid.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
they've done the new kinetic so that when you walk along terrain,
Oh, she,
it's
like,
a
angles
proper
herself.
spider.
yeah, it's pretty.
Oh,
pretty
that's
sweet.
awesome.
Pretty needy.
But she can't go invisible. Bear that in mind. Ricky, base
Yeah,
moves be
that-
reduced.
that
Enemy
means
units in smokescreen have no vision.
This is the craze. This is fucking. I saw a gif of this. This is disgusting. So, like in Nightmare, where you're nightmared, you completely lose vision. You can only see inside the smoke screen when Ricky smoke screens you now. So at LAN, what they'll do is the enemy team will pick Ricky. You'll get smoke screened, and you'll have to look at your teammate's screen to see what's going on in the fight. But outside of LAN, that is fucking disgusting.
That's. I mean, you know what? I've been
That's
talking
like
about
it.
having like an equivalent to like a darkness spell
They've
for a
got that
long
in,
ass time.
Yeah,
saying
they've got
like-
that in other MOBAs though.
Right, where I can basically cast darkness, and you literally cannot see within an AoE. So this is like, if you're in that AoE, you can't see shit outside it, right? So you literally cannot see anything.
Imagine if it just made your game like pitch black.
Yeah! Like, that was what I was saying, was darkness would literally be a circle on the screen where you cannot see anything in there, and if you're in it, you can't even see your hero, you can't even see your mouse, it's just nothing. But, so now they basically got that no vision! That's crazy. Backstab damage can now be used in procs like Critical Strike Cleave, but the damage has been reduced slightly. Cloak and Dagger doesn't reveal. No actions take you out of invisibility can still be revealed with True Sight. Has that always been... Has it always been there? Gang? Anybody?
No, that's new.
Which one's that?
Level 25 Ricky
right
talent.
side. Cloak
You're
and Dagger
invisible
doesn't
forever.
reveal anymore.
Yeah,
That's
true.
definitely new.
I mean, I
Well,
guess Ricky needed a buff, lads. I mean,
Ricky
I was...
Craft.
not so much as a pub scourge as it used to be back in the days. I'm talking 2012, 2013 boys, when he still had fucking blink charges and bullshit. When his ult, remember when his ult was at level 6? So before
His
level 6,
W.
he was just a fucking walking fucking onion.
So
My
yeah,
God.
Ricky's buffed. Ricky's
This
back.
looks insane. This looks insane. Oh my goodness.
Huh.
So backstab can now be used
Ricky
in things like
Moretti.
critical strike. So you can backstab and crit somebody and cleave. My God. And you can be visible
Yes.
permanently. You're permanently invisible.
Yeah.
Even attacking doesn't take you out.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Rubik, null field can now be toggled between defensive and offensive. Offensive form reduces
That's
enemy
good,
magic
'cause-
resistance.
'cause,
That's interesting.
Nullfield was fucking garbo. Or like at level 1 it was like 5%. Is that still the same? I don't know if they've shown it, but at level 1 it was like 5% fucking magic resistance. It's so shit. But now at least when it's at low level it still has like implications and it's not as bad. Like you still wouldn't max it first. Like,
Yeah. But the
but
AoE is also increased to like quite a lot.
now
1200.
it's like fairly decent. Like 5% magic resist was just like
Whoa!
shit.
Level 25 plus 75% spell amp for stolen spells. That's almost double damage on anything you steal.
Pretty good.
That's
so is
crazy.
minus 15 seconds telekinesis cooldown is pretty good because that takes it to a 5-second cooldown, I think, which is
Wow.
also very good.
Minus 35 Fade Bolt hero attack. Plus 300 telekinesis landers. This is because they changed it, man. You weren't here earlier. Cliffing
Yeah.
is back, baby. Cliffing is back. Cliff people in this for
Nice.
reals. Right, Sand King. Sandstorm slow and blind. Huh.
Huh. That's
So you
good.
can get in there in Sandstorm and people are blinded.
Yeah, because the sand's getting in their eyes.
Hmm.
One would imagine.
And because it was Epicenter Pulses, I'm sure was level 25.
Yeah. They've moved that to 20.
Yeah. So now you get Sandstorm Slow and Blind. 50% slow. That's pretty
Wait,
fucking
no,
big.
blind
Yeah, that is good.
isn't blind like mischance?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the radiance is 17%.
So 50% bliss.
That's pretty
not
good.
That's in a
bad.
big AoE. Like, Sandstorm is big.
Mhm.
That's really not bad.
Wow. Shadow Demon. Demonic Purge now works on Cyclone units.
Yules, etc.
Yeah. Soul Catcher no longer splits its effect and only affects one unit in the area. Shadow Poison radius has been increased by 10. Oh wow. When an enemy dies under Soul Catcher, an illusion of them is created under your control lasts until they respawn or it is killed.
Holy shit!
Wow.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. That
So
is crazy.
They've reset Soulcatcher to what it was before, where you have to get it you have to place it weirdly to get the hero you want, rather than just having it split the damage across more and more units. But that Soulcatcher thing is kind of cool.
By the way, level 25 plus 500 demonic purge damage?
Wait, do you have only basic abilities with Soulcatcher, or do you have ultimates?
It's an illusion, so it's just like an illusion.
It's just an illusion.
It's
So
not
it's just
a
an
morph
illusion
thing.
with doing damage.
But look at this, plus 500 demonic purge damage. I'm sure that wasn't there before.
That was not there before. Plus 5 seconds disruption, banish duration.
Jesus. So you could disrupt someone out of the entire team fight, or
Yeah, they wouldn't do anything.
deal like 1,000 damage to them with demonic purge.
Through BKB, right, as well.
And bear in mind, you also get charges with the Ags. So if you get Ags on Shadow Demon and the level 25 talent, you can do, what is that, 900 damage to 3 people, I think that adds up to? That's crazy.
Huh.
Jesus Christ. What a fucking hero.
Well,
I mean,
back.
here's the thing though. If you get plus 5 second banish duration, you can banish someone and get a ridiculous amount of shadow poisons off on him while he's banished. And almost kill one charge anyway. Whew. Oh yeah, here's one. Rubik steals demonic purge. Scroll back up to Rubik. 75% spell amp. Oh my goodness. Alright, Shadow Fiend. Again, a hero I don't play. Raise damage reduced, but it has a stack. A bit like Bristleback, I guess.
Oh, that's
So they take
clever.
60 more damage per stack. Lasts 8 seconds. First hit does 0,
That's
next does
really
60,
cool.
120, etc.
Yeah, like that.
Wow.
I like that a lot.
Wouldn't that help his farming a huge amount?
Only heroes, or was it enemy?
It's
The enemy.
Enemy.
It's a classic. Like usually on Shadow Fiend, you usually get at least 2 raises on someone. It's not often you get 3,
Yeah.
but 2 is like usually like fairly off decent because they overlap slightly. Like
Yeah,
each one,
like you hit him
so-
with the mid range, they start
yeah,
to
if
run, you hit him with the long
yeah,
range.
if someone's running away, you can hit them with the mid and the long, etc. So
Wow.
that's good
I mean,
because
How, with the 40% cooldown reduction, can you just keep stacking those?
yes, but he doesn't have much mana to.
He doesn't, no.
Yeah.
I mean,
At
I
level
think-
25, at level 20 fucking 5 he will have.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
the only other thing I'm noticing with Shadow Fiend is present aura effect buildings, which I think is new, especially at 15. That's pretty good for push lineups and your
yeah,
solo
that's
split
good.
push potential or farming potential.
Here's a
is pretty
question from SN Weta. Does Rubik copy the talent bonuses too? That's a very good question. I don't
good.
know.
It does
No.
not.
It doesn't.
Okay,
from
thank Christ.
off.
Alright, SS. Plus 400 ether shock damage. I'm pretty sure that's new.
That's yeah.
I'm sure that it was a Serpent Wood thing. Plus 60
It was-
wards
it
attack
was-
damage. It was like double their HP and damage or something previously, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the other one was the shackles duration one. Was plus 25,
Yeah.
25, I think.
Plus 400 ether shock damage is a shitload of damage.
Yeah, just a more lane push makes him a more viable late game hero. Good shit.
Wow. Silencer. Glaze of Wisdom damage has been lowered.
Thank God.
But
especially that level 1 reduction. That's really
at
good.
level 25, 20% Glaives of Wisdom, or an extra 2 second silence.
Probably take Global Silence, right? Plus 2 seconds on that.
I don't know, man. It depends how the game has gone. If you're stacked within, plus 20% extra damage is pretty fucking nuts.
I mean, I think the biggest change for that is the level 1 reduction in it. Like, just taking it down to 15 means he can't just solo zone you out of lane.
Yeah, it was fucking ridiculous previously. Alright, Skyrath. Plus 600 Mystic Flare damage, or plus 300 gold a minute.
No, the one I'm noticing is level 20.
Global Concussive Shot? What the fuck?
Yeah, I think that's just literally the nearest hero
yeah.
see on that team.
But does it still have a travel time, or?
Oh!
Yeah, it does.
Go back to Silencer, level 15, plus 2 Intelligence Steal?
Yeah.
Holy fuck!
That's why they've had to lower the Glaives of Wisdom damage.
Looks really good.
Yeah. So that's like, let's see how the game is going, you know? Like, if the game is going well and you've stolen a lot of int by level 15, you take that, and then you take the 20% Glaives of Wisdom, you hit like a fucking truck. So Skyrath Global, that's got a travel time.
New talents, actually, on Sky.
You would need, so someone's going on someone, and they just call for the concussive shot, and
if
I guess
you can't see other heroes on the map, it will go to him, no matter what, right?
Alright, I mean, or is it, I mean, it's target, it's not a targeted spell, is it? It's like the nearest
enemy. It's just
enemy.
you press it, and if it sees a hero, it goes there.
That's nuts. I've got to see that. Sit in base and
He's got several new talents, actually. Plus 50% agency on magic resistance reduction is new.
Yeah.
Plus 1 arcane bolt. Does that mean that when you cast arcane bolt, a second one is cast?
Or you can go bam bam. Is it like charges, or is it like 2 bolts?
No, it's on the same one. So it's like, for instance, with Ags, you would send 2 to each person when it randomly.
So this would send 2 to one person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you get Ags, it sends 3 to each person, or
No,
2 to...
Because it'd be 2 to 1, and then 1 extra
one of each spell randomly to someone nearby.
Slardar.
Skyrath's fucking insane, actually.
But look at this. Guardian Sprint moves at 700 in the river at level 4. Don't let him get to the river! He's just off. Corrosive Haze Undispellable at level 25.
Night Vision plus 1,000.
Yeah, plus 1,000. Plus 100 bash damage is pretty nuts as well.
Plus 50% bash chance. That's really... Slardar could be interesting.
Yeah. He's back, baby. Slark.
Back.
I never saw this bug. Where sometimes you could force yourself out. What does that mean?
So you could use Force Staff, like, if you didn't move when he pounced you, you could Force Staff out a leash.
Okay, well, they fixed it.
It's kind of bullshit.
Plus 1 second Shadow Dance duration, or plus 2 minutes of Essence Shift duration.
The only new one, there's plus 3 seconds pounce leash.
Yeah, that's a pretty long ass time.
No, that was...
Was that the 25 before?
That was the 25.
They've moved it to 20.
25 was the pounce, and I believe it was like Agi instead.
It must be the Essence Shift duration. It must be the Essence Shift duration, because that's another 2 minutes on the duration of Essence Shift.
Maybe it was the Essence Shift. I distinctly... No, I think it was extra strength, actually. Maybe. All I know is that the pounce leash was like picked like...
Someone is saying that the Dark Pack damage might be the new one, the plus 150, but we'll see. Sniper. Plus 6 shrapnel charges. I'm sure it was plus 4, not plus 6.
It was plus 4 before.
Minus 1.5 seconds assassinate. Or 35% knockback distance
knockback
headshot.
On headshot.
Wow.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Holy fuck. That's cancer.
Get me out of this game.
That's actually cancer.
Shrapnel DPS has come down though, hasn't it? Because it was definitely more than 20.
Oh, it was a lot more than 20. It's like 50 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm sure it was 50. It was definitely more than 20. Alright, Spectre. Desolate now applies a debuff that reduces the unit's vision by up to 70% for 5 seconds. Holy shit. Plus 20% Horde illusion damage. Or 8% dispersion.
Both of those 25s are new.
Yeah.
And they changed the level 20 spectral dagger. That's
plus
new.
500 health. 500 health. Holy shit.
You always take 500 there, I think.
Alright, Spirit Breaker. Charge of Darkness no longer goes into cooldown when you die. Yeah, stupid bug that was in the game forever. Base HP regen reduced by 1. Damn.
Fair enough.
Greater Bash damage has been rescaled. His Night Vision plus 400. Or plus 5 armor. Plus 10 health rage and plus 30 damage. Wait a second. Plus 25% greater bash chance and plus 30% greater bash damage would be pretty sweet. or plus 800 health.
The 20's got the 400 charge.
Yeah, so now you
really
get that at 20 and plus 800 health at 25.
That's really annoying.
Jesus. Alright, Storm Spirit.
Still good.
Overload pierces immunity or auto remnant for every 500 units of ball lightning. So if I zoop, I'm dropping remnants like a chain of fucking Christmas lights behind me, right?
That's really cool. Actually. You're Hansel and Greteling it, so you know the way home. Overload pierces immunity. I guess that's situational. If they have lots of BKBs, that's pretty good.
That's fucking huge.
The rest is unchanged.
But that means the extra damage as well. Because like a BKB against Storm is like, we don't give a shit. You know, like most of your damage comes from fucking overload chaining.
Yeah.
So now you get that, or you auto remnant, which is fucking stupid. Like, why would you ever take that?
Yeah, I think the problem with the overload one is that generally level 25 BKBs were getting lower duration.
Yeah, so but if you want to zip on someone and they BKB as you're coming in,
yeah, the auto remnant is just a bit too random. I think.
Like at least you get I mean, if overload pisses immunity, that means they get the slow effect on them as well, right?
Yeah, it's yeah. I agree with you actually. Overload's probably much better.
Sven. Minus 8 second Stormhammer cooldown or plus 40 strength God strength.
As far as I can tell, what they've done is they've just added this fucking plus 40% strength God strength, which is fucking insane. That's because
it's already
crazy.
plus what?
It's plus like 10, 15 maybe, somewhere around there. It's
Alright, but what does this mean?
Much more.
What does this mean? Stormhammer dispels enemies. What does that mean?
So when you stun them, it will remove Windrun or something like that.
Right.
40% strength, God strength is fucking crazy.
That is nuts. Yeah, that's crazy.
Because it used to be just plus 80 damage or something like that.
Right.
Or plus some amount of damage. Instead, you're getting plus 200 health, right? Or is it 400 health?
Apparently, strength now reduces stun duration as well.
And it reduces stun duration. That's part of the perks. So we skipped over the perks earlier, but the perks are Intelligence Heroes.
We didn't skip, did we?
We skipped them, yeah.
Okay.
Strength Heroes, you said it looked like some nerd shit or something, you skipped it.
Oh, I didn't notice it was that bit.
Yeah.
40 strength is 800 health as well. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so like what? Agility increases your move speed and your armor and your damage. Strength obviously increases your damage, your health, and stun duration, I think?
Stun duration reduced.
Reduced? And intelligence increases your spell damage, I think? And your damage and something
spell
else?
Amplification, yeah.
Your mana regen, something anyway. Yeah, so anyway.
Magic resistance is the perk.
Right.
Perk is plus 0.15%.
Techies. Proximity mines bounty reduced.
Techies is maybe... I've heard about the Techies changes.
Damage has been increased to 800 on proximity mines, which is nice. Minus 4 second proximity mines cooldown, or plus 30 XP. Plus 300 blast of damage, plus 1 mana regen. Plus 25 move speed, plus 251 damage.
That's not the dumbest talent.
Or plus 25 mines movement speed. What does that mean?
Walkies.
I can move my mines?
You can just walk them around.
Wait, someone's linked
very slowly.
Someone's linked something. I've got to click this now. Plus 25 mines movement speed. Alright, he's got mines everywhere.
Yep.
Oh my god, they can move closer together!
Dun, dun.
What was that?
Alright, you can now click on Techie's mines and move them into a fucking cluster. So Max has posted a video where he's put mines all over the map, selected them all, and then dragged them to a point near Roshan.
Where's that?
He's gonna just kill Roshan 1.
Where's that?
He's just posted. Someone put it in chat.
No.
Alright, so here come the mines. He one-shots Roche. Holy shit.
Can you put the...
I'll repost it. Hold on. I'll post it. Here we go. Watch this. Look at this. Click on this shit. That is at level 25.
Level 25.
But it's still fucking insane.
I don't know if it's good, but it's
it's
very
good,
funny.
baby. It's good.
It's very funny. You can just constantly push out lanes by just placing red mines and sending them to walk down lanes.
Does center alt work on mines? That's a good question. I fucking hope not. That's insane. But you could now put mines down and drag them all. Plus 251 damage. Fuck that. I want to move my mines.
Excuse me, bitch.
Holy fuck.
Can you just win the game? Mines deal damage to ancients. You can just win the game.
Yeah.
It would take some very creative path duking because you just have to run it
AoE
past
Surge.
the
The thing is, I don't know. I think Surge only works on heroes. I don't think mines count as heroes. So, but you could just drag them around. Like you could cluster them up in a
mines
group.
Well,
But think about this. You could put them in a group, and then move that group onto the high ground of something, like the high ground of your base. So when they come up, they get blown up. Or you could drag them around and just look for heroes that are farm in the jungle, like a little dun 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 dun. Try and catch people. I mean, they could outrun them, but if they couldn't, that'd be fucking hilarious. Oh my god.
The one thing I did see from Max's video was that the vision range is just the AoE of the mine.
I don't care.
Unit
That's
itself.
amazing. That's amazing.
It is amazing.
Towers don't attack them. No way!
You're
You
joking.
can just drag them through. Oh, that's amazing.
Holy shit, that's dumb.
What's that?
Goblins just said towers don't attack them, so I do believe gobbers.
Oh Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Stack mines everywhere and then cluster them together, but you'd have to be level 25. Remember that. It's level
Still
25.
very 25's objective. But
Anyway.
techies will get to 25.
Well, you
Just
fucking
let it-
hope so.
Delays
Oh.
the game so much.
I'm just fucking techies maining now. I want to see this 25 mines movement speed. That's amazing. TA. Silent traps now deal damage when fully charged. So over the duration of the debuff rather than instantly.
Yeah, that's cool.
Alright, so Sideblade Spill paralyzes. This is another bad English in the Sideblades Spill paralyzes. Slows affected target's move speed by 100% for 1 second. So Sideblades will slow now. Or another 4 refraction instances.
Refraction dispels.
Jesus.
Does that mean it dispels negative effects on you? I would guess so. So if you're earned, let's say, and you refraction, it will dispel it off.
Or any slow.
Or you're slowed, yeah, like Benno, Gale, something like that, you can dispel it off.
And at level 15, your silent traps will do 350.
Yeah,
Plus 200 silent trap
cool
damage.
hero. Could be good.
Wow.
I've actually not seen a hero
made
so far that I
Spill
think is
paralyzes.
bad.
Damn.
They've all got something to them.
Yeah. Terrorblade. Lowers Sunder cooldown by 35. Was that always
That
there?
was there before.
300
The new one
metamorphosis
is plus
attack
300
range.
attack
That's
range.
pretty good.
Plus 300. That's pretty
That's
nuts.
the only new thing I think.
Alright, let's go to Tidehunter. Ravage AoE is up.
Nice.
The speed is marginally reduced. Plus 250 damage instead of his early plus 50 or plus 80.
Yeah,
whatever
that's
it was.
the only new thing I'm seeing. Cooldown reduction might be new, I'm not sure.
Plus 24 Kraken Shell. Plus 24 what? Reduction?
Reduction would be my guess.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a
TV
shame.
is
So
slight-
Maelstrom Tide is dead, basically.
basically, yeah.
That's a damn
Rest
shame.
in peace.
Timbersaw. Plus 1400 Timber Chain range. I'm sure that's new.
It's quite
That must
silly.
be new. That's
That's
like
new.
the
It's definitely
screen.
new. It's
That's
silly.
that
though.
is the screen.
Well, it's the screen anyway. It's the screen plus another screen.
Jesus Christ.
Lord.
Plus 5 reactive armor stacks. Is that normal?
No. Wait, yes, that is new. That is new, right? He's always been at
Yeah,
13 before, I think.
Yeah, it was just like generic health.
Yeah, it was generic health
armor
region
shit
before, so they
before.
changed it to the
So-
reactive armor.
Alright, Tinker. Rearm now affects items in the backpack. Heat-seeking missiles has been slowed.
Fair.
The mana cost has been reduced, however. And he now has plus 100 laser damage, plus 100
Oh
attack
my
damage,
god, he's 25. Holy shit.
plus 0.3 second heat-seeking missile mini-stun.
That could get frustrating.
Yeah. Holy
March
shit.
Machines damage is pretty fucking nuts.
Plus 8
I don't
March
know
the
why
Machine's
anyone-
damage.
I personally don't know why anyone would go for damage on Tinker
Yeah. Attack damage?
over March.
When do you ever right-click?
That seems like a no-brainer, actually. unless I'm.
No, I agree
Yeah.
with you guys. Always
Hero
take
reworked Tony. Now this is one of my favorite reworks.
I guess it's
right.
less.
All right.
yeah.
So they've changed a few things. Blah 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 blah. Removed Scepter. Removed Craggy.
What?
Added a new ability. Tree Grab.
What?
Targets a tree to use in attacks for 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Extends attacks range to 350. Each hit deals 25% more base damage to units and 75% more to buildings. Splash is 70% damage along the attack path. Affects buildings.
So the
Cooldown
splash
starts.
affects buildings.
Yeah, cooldown starts after bonus attacks are used. Cooldown, blah blah blah. Reworked Grow. So you can grab a tree. You don't need nags. There's no Scepter upgrade on 20 now. You just grab a fucking tree. Reworked Grow grants you 20, 30, 40 status resistance, increases base damage 40, 80, 120, movement by 40, 50, 60, and reduces attack speed by 30. Wait, Tree Grab gives you a secondary ability when you grab a tree. Lets you throw your tree, which enters your charges of tree, proccing your attack on it and splashing 7% damage in the 250 area. Cast range 1000. You can fucking pull up trees and throw them at people.
So it's like the
Wait.
new
Pause,
combos
Mon. Pause. Am I reading this right? Tiny agility from 9 plus 0.9 to 0 plus 0?
Yeah,
So he starts with no agility and gains none per level.
apparently. And his armor is
Well, I
from
guess you
minus
just build
1 to
attack speed
0.
items.
Yeah, you have to. So his attack speed is fuck all. But
Yeah.
look at his level 25 talent. 3 toss charges. And toss no longer requires... Toss requires no target.
I really actually like this change because the problem with the old Tiny was that like you were always funneled into getting Ags pretty much. Like
Yeah.
it was like, oh, I gotta get Ags now because otherwise the hero just wasn't. I mean, with the talents they made that better, but I think even though it used to be plus, I think it was like double that avalanche damage at level 25. So that was only 75. But with the tree grab, you can now do avalanche, toss, tree grab, or throw the tree, right? So it's 3 spells for a combo now. So it probably still ends up being like the same amount of damage.
But at level 25, you can toss them 3 times. And at
Yeah,
level 20,
exactly.
it doesn't even
Yeah.
require a target. So you can just fucking toss a guy that you find on his own. Just fucking toss him.
Yeah, like thrice.
I think
The
this
thrice
means-
tossed target.
I think this means Tiny might not be a core anymore, just because his attack speed is so slow at level.
It's 0.
It's 0.
No, I
like
still
his
think.
attack
I
speed
mean,
is.
I still think the
But how do you CS with that low attack speed?
I have no idea.
well,
You have to start every attack like before the creep even takes damage.
Well, that's his.
I
I mean,
really
his attack speed may be slow, but the dude can throw trees.
Dudes can throw trees.
We'll have to see what it
it's
looks
like
like.
Zeus, isn't it? Like Zeus's attack, but you can still, you would
You
just
can maybe do it.
buy.
I'd be interested to see what.
I would just buy like damage items right at the start, and then you can basically start the attack sooner, and you just like cobble your way to a CS.
It's getting amazing. Tree and Protector. Plus 350 eyes and overgrowth AoE. So
Yeah,
that
this is
increases.
Axe,
That's
Just AoE around.
yeah. Plus
Um,
3 second tree respawn time means trees always respawn in 3 seconds. So does that mean all trees on the map respawn within 3 seconds?
I
I don't.
guess so. Do you want me to try it quick?
Yeah, have a
Yeah.
quick peek.
So much meat, so little time.
Seasonal rank tiers. Oh, shit, I can explore shit.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot actually.
When is the
Yeah.
patch live? It's the 1st, right? So
November
2 days time.
1st.
Yeah.
Fuck me. I'm gonna wait till Wednesday.
Right, I bought Queen Blade.
Players that made us play. No,
Yeah, it literally is all trees.
Wow.
Trying it with a Quelling Blade.
Wouldn't
Oh my
that really
God.
help, like a fucking timber saw, for example?
Yeah. Yeah, it would.
That's pretty huge. Or plus 90 damage. I guess the tree respawn time, so they can't cut down trees to find you and try and get you away from, like, your invis. You can stay invis and trees respawn really quickly.
Yeah.
That's nuts. All right, Troll Warlord. Now, this to me, I glanced over this earlier. It seems like a big buff. Whirling Axe's range cooldown has been reduced to just 9 seconds. The
That's
range
really
slow reduced to a max of 4, though. Whirling Axe's range slow increased from 30 to 40. Whirling Axe's melee cooldown reduced to 9. Whirling Axe's melee blind is just 5 flat. And you can get Battle Trance, dispels, affects allies as well. So, does that mean you Battle Trance and you just... anything that's affecting you is fucking dispelled?
Yeah, any
and...
negative buff on you when you're about to Battle Trance is removed. That's kind of cool. So,
what is max fervor on Troll?
Further stacks is his passive, so every time you hit something consecutively, you get more attack speed. So just more
plus 3 max fervor stacks
is a
at
lot
level
more
15.
My question for level 25 is: say your sniper gets stunned, do you dispel the stun with your Battle Trance?
I don't know.
Or let's say your team gets RP'd, can you dispel it?
Or as someone asked in chat, if Silencer ults,
if Silencer ults, can you dispel that?
you BKB in Battle Trance and everybody's fine. That's pretty nuts.
If that's how that works, that's really
Troll is
quite
fucking
good.
nuts. Alright, Tusk. What is this 12% chance Walrus Plus at level 25 punch? Does that mean I have a 12% chance on any strike to just Walrus Punch them without even needing to use Walrus Punch?
I guess so. That has to be it. There's no other explanation for that.
When you can double your crit at level 20 as well. Damn. Underlord. Now I looked at this one, plus 25% Firestorm building damage. I don't know if that's new, but that makes him interesting.
It's definitely new. I don't think that was there before.
Like, if you get the 18 Firestorm damage and you get the and you take that, you can put a decent amount of damage on buildings from afar whilst being pretty tanky. So in terms of being a high ground annoying dick lord,
I can see why they gave Lich that Ice Armor talent now, and I can see why they've made pipe effect buildings.
Yeah,
they've added a
for
lot of
that.
things that you can.
All right, now scroll down to Undying. This is interesting.
Okay.
So the Tombstone is now 30-second duration instead of just 15. AoE is 1200 from the get-go.
Yep.
The spawn rate is changed to
higher.
Blah blah blah. Cooldown has been rescaled. Zombie collision size, whatever that means. Decay mana cost has been rescaled, so it's lower. The damage has been lowered, but who cares about the damage? So here you go. Level 25 gains reincarnation on a 200 cooldown. So he basically gets Wraith King ult at level 25, albeit level 1 Wraith King ult, which I thought was kind of interesting because he like, now when you come back from reincarnation, does he retain the decay stacks and everything else he's already been able to acquire? Because then I think it's really good. Otherwise, you come back and you're just a shit Undying again. Because the thing with Undying is you want to get those decay stacks off.
Bitch.
You don't, and also they've taken away. Patch indeed. Thanks, Roslane, for the 2022 month sub. If you like, the thing with Undying is the thing that made him super good was the Ags upgrade, right? Which means that you steal a ridiculous amount of strength from people. Now, if you die and you come back and you retain that, that's really good. Otherwise, you come back and it's like you're kind of shit. Like, if you come back and all your cooldowns are off and you're ready to go again, you get a big fucking decay off again, then I think it's good. Otherwise, I think it's kind of meh. You get purged on death. That sucks.
I think the cooler one is the 15, to be honest. Tombstone on death.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's
like
kind of
the
stupid.
Warlock on death.
And that means you could get 2 tombstones down.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Tombstone on death is pretty good. Alright, Ursa. Plus 600 on Earth Shock is pretty good.
Both
Or
those
plus
25s are
14
new, I think.
Fury Swipes damage.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Thank
So
you,
every-
Angry
Do it
Scotsman.
live!
Every stacking Fury Swipe has another plus
Huzzah,
14 on it. I
love the
guess.
analysis. Made the
That's not-
last couple of hours of
good.
work fly by. Thanks.
You're very welcome, Angry Scotsman. You're very welcome. I think the 600 AoE Earth Shock it's quite dependent
Ooh,
upon
wait,
what?
going back to Undying. If
Yeah.
you die with reincarnation, do you still drop the tombstone?
Probably. You
Probably.
died.
Might not be bad.
So you could end up with 3 tombstones.
3 tombstones.
Get the tombstone down, You die. Tombstone on death. You
Roche
come
Fresher,
back.
Tombstone,
You drop another
die.
tombstone. And they can be decrepit by Pugna now. So, alright.
Perfect.
Vengeful
There's your
Spirit.
strat.
Alright, whenever an allied hero dies under your damage aura, an illusion of that hero will be created, attacking the
What?
enemy that killed him for 7 seconds, and illusions
100%
deal
fucking damage?
100% damage. Illusions are ghosts, not targetable, and are visible known to the enemy.
What the fuck?
That is fucking nuts. Vengeance, and the Vengeance aura has been increased. What?
What?
Magic Missile pierces spell immunity. That's always been in there, hasn't it? As a level 25 talent. I'm pretty sure that's always been in there for Venge. I'm pretty sure.
100% damage is fucking dumb. Holy
The illusions
shit,
are basically the same hero. If a right
it's
clicker
just the same hero,
dies,
but you can't do anything about it.
they're not targetable. And they just attack the enemy that killed them. That's crazy. That is crazy. You killed PA? No problem. You killed Wraith King? No problem. You killed Sven? No problem.
Who are we on?
Venge.
Maybe you read the Venge change.
Look at this. Whenever an allied hero dies under your damage aura, an illusion of that hero will be created, attacking the enemy that killed them for 7 seconds, and the illusions deal 100% damage.
Oh, that's pretty good. It used to be her axe, didn't it?
Her
That's
axe
crazy.
was that she created an illusion of herself that could use all her spells. This is when anyone on your team dies under your effect, they like go on a vengeance spree as a ghost and just attack the person that killed them for 7 seconds, dealing 100% damage. That's
And the
fucking
aura
dumb.
is now 1200 instead of 900.
That's fucking dumb.
And the Scepter illusion damage is now 100% as well. Wow. That's crazy.
Well, you just have to go on.
Nice
you have to go on vengeance.
Alright,
for
so
fun.
get ready, alright? Venomancer, who is a hero even I have had success with in this patch, alright? Scroll down and let's see how much they've destroyed this hero. Oh, look. They've hardly changed him. Base move speed reduced by 5. Base damage reduced by 3. Venomous Gale can now be dispelled. That's it.
The dispel one's pretty
It's not
big.
that fucking big. I mean, early on, Jesus Christ, you still crush your
Holy fuck,
lane.
His talents are disgusting. The fuck?
Look at this. Gale Hero Impact summons 2 wards.
Why do they still have 3 times Plague Ward? Why
I
is
don't
that
know.
still a thing in this
That's
game?
the one. That is the
Which
one
one?
that everyone said was
Why do
ridiculous.
they still have 3 times Plague Ward HP
Alright,
damage?
as some people have pointed out, he has no XP talent, which is big.
Yeah.
That is big, because it was 30%, which is ridiculous. But -8 Venomous Gale cooldown is pretty fucking nuts in itself, given that it's already a pretty low fucking cooldown. And if you've got I had a Veil by level 8 easily in the game I played today, so I can Gale someone, chase them, and Gale them again. Like, that is a disgusting amount of fucking damage. But holy shit. The Gale Hero Impact also summons 2 wards? If I hit multiple heroes, I could summon multiple wards, and when I get level 25, suddenly you've got... Let's say I hit 3 heroes with Gale. There's 6 fucking wards for free. That's crazy. Yeah, no damage talent. Yeah, that's a good one. 6%
So
poison
it's-
sting slow.
it's
I mean,
more
yeah,
likely
they
to
have
make him
actually
like an
they have
offlaner.
changed his talent. They have changed his talents, but he's still fucking strong. I do think he is still fucking strong. Because Gale is so much damage. Gale is crazy damage, especially with a fucking cooldown reduction on it and fucking Veil. Gale Veil, baby. Alright, Viper. Munt, you ready?
Oh my
Hero
God,
rework.
they really don't like PA, do they?
Wait.
Sorry, I won't spoil.
Alright, Corrosive Skin no longer slows movement speed. Corrosive Skin damage has increased. Corrosive Skin attack slow has been rescaled, so eventually it's 32. Reworked Poison Attack. Slows the target and deals damage based on how much health the target is missing. Missing health percentage. So at max level, 50% missing health would be 50 DPS. 90% missing health would be 90 DPS. So, alright, duration 3 seconds. Reworked Nether Toxin releases poison into the targeted area. Deals damage over time. Reduces magic resistance. And applies Break. Disabling passive abilities. So that's like a free fucking...
Silver Edge.
Silver Edge. In an AoE, which is pretty crazy.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
Reduces their magic resistance and applies Break. Lasts 8 seconds. That's pretty crazy. Cast range 900, 2,000 projectile speed. That's nuts. That's pretty fucking nuts. And a level 25 talent, Nether Toxin, silences.
That is pretty good.
Level 20, poison attack affects buildings.
That was 25 before. They moved
really?
To 20. Yeah.
Plus 100 Viper Strike DPS. Poison attack affects buildings at level 20. Nether Toxin silences, all plus 120 damage. Now, I think the Visage buffs are pretty huge. So look at this. Familiar's attack is now constant rather than damage charges.
That is fucking huge.
So your Familiars now permanently attack for 55 rather than it gradually wearing down.
That's fucking huge. What? Okay, well.
I mean, to me that means that they can just fucking split push all day.
Yeah, they can.
And
you can't stop them. They can just kill you.
That's ridiculous. That is
Visage
ridiculous.
was already pretty good.
Casting Grave Chill now gives the buff to Familiars within 900 AoE at cast time. And you can get an extra Familiar at 25. So you could have 4.
That's questionable. That's questionable. I think that's the first thing where I've stopped and said that's maybe not okay. Like, in any way, shape, or form.
I think Visage is fucking broken. If you can play Visage, grats, this is your patch. This is insane. Not having the charges,
like
that is insane.
Win rate at every bracket, right?
Yeah, because if you can fucking play Visage, guess what? He's a good fucking hero. That's insane. No charges? They just, I mean, because previously they hit you and you know, if you could escape it, but they had to recharge. Now they don't. Now they just permanently do that damage. That is insane. That's the first change. That is the first change that's going to happen. I guarantee you. The pro game is going to be destroyed by Visage. Like, it's an insta-ban. Alright, Warlock. Summon Golem on Death, spell immunity for Golems, or plus 20 Chaotic Offering Golems armor.
25, the other 25 one is new.
Spell immunity for Golems?
No, plus 20 armor.
Plus 20 armor. Plus 250 Shadowword AoE. So it's an AoE. You could AoE heal your team, that's new.
AoE heal, that's the other new one, right? And then there's just other, like, minus 7 seconds, that's new as well.
Weaver, now what is this? Level 10, plus 20 mana break.
That's right, mana break.
Like, so you can become like AM.
Like AM, yep.
And that'll work with
double hit, I think.
With Geminate attack. So you can just burn mana off people. Beautiful. Plus 1 Geminate attack, you can hit them 3 times!
I think he takes plus 200 Security movements.
No, you fucking take the Geminate attack.
Do you?
Yeah!
What was the previous talent for 25?
Who cares? You hit them 3 times with Geminate.
It was
3 times!
Stats or something.
Like, by level 25, you'll have a Deso and probably a crit. So you'll be hitting them 3 times. That is like a dead support. That is insane. That is insane. Holy shit, I'll take that every fucking time. Alright, Wind Ranger. Focus Fire now allows Wind Ranger to move while attacking the Focus Fire target. Brilliant.
That's kind of disgusting.
That's great. Focus Fire attack speed bonus reduced, though.
That's fair, though.
The cooldown has been increased by, 10 seconds. Shackle Shot now shows an indicator for the missed area if it fails to latch onto a target. Okay. Windrun grants if is at level 20. Yeah, brilliant. Plus 1 Shackle Shot target?
Oh.
So she could shackle 3 people?
So I guess it just bounces, right? It bounces off to the next and then the shackles off of that.
Or plus 20 mini stun focus fire.
Probably mini stun focus fire, right? That's pretty good.
Lord.
Oh.
We all know how bullshit Shackle Shot is when it comes to deciding on targets, though, don't we?
Now it's 3 of you.
Yeah.
The thing is, plus 20 mini stun focus fire means she can focus fire you. She's already got bonus attack speed of 350, so you're gonna get fucking mini stun. That's it.
Yeah.
I think
wept.
To decide between the two, I don't know anything about what the targeting means for the plus 1 Shackle Shot. So
yeah, if it's the main target, someone behind them, and they're just someone else in the AoE, I'll
like,
fucking take a triple stun.
If you miss the second
Yeah.
Wait, if you miss the first shackle but hit the second one, does it still shackle all of them?
Yeah, it would.
I mean, that would be insane. That would be insane if it was just like one person plus whoever's behind them plus anyone else. Like, that would be nuts. But
Yeah,
at the same time,
I need to test this a bit.
at the same time, for you
Guys.
to catch 3 people in a row, that's pretty fucking goofy. I mean, that would be incredible shackle.
I think you take 20% mini.
I think you take the mini stun. Oh my goodness, Wyvern. Splinter Blast, 2 seconds stun. Just that one standing out straight away.
Okay, well, 25
You can
on
stun the
Wyvern.
entire enemy team.
Yeah, for 2 seconds. Okay, well, if you get a 25 on Wyvern, you deserve it, I guess.
That the Winter's Curse was like, it was a double-edged sword, because sometimes it's not, you don't want to disable someone on your team for another 5 seconds. So I think Splinter Blast is like safer bet in pretty much every
2 second stun. That's insane.
It's on the one it bounces to.
Yeah, but they're pushing a tower, you hit a creep, everyone is fucking stunned for 2 seconds?
Is that how it works?
Yeah, it's a Splinter Blast. I mean, it hits... it doesn't affect the target you target, but it affects everyone else. My god. Alright, the Witch Doctor. Death Ward now attacks the enemy hero nearest to the ward on creation.
I mixed up they did change it. It was...
Alright, so Witch Doctor's got extra armor or extra damage. Plus 2 cast bounces, plus 20 gold a minute. Plus 1 Maledictic, plus 25 Death Ward attack range. Plus 1.5% max health through the restoration, or 75 Death Ward damage. I think they're all pretty decent. Alright, now, spin. This is one of my favorites. Wraith King, hero reworked. Strength gain slightly reduced.
Renamed to Astarion, Skeleton King. Oh, if only.
Reworked Mortal Strike. Now, hero chance rescale from 15 to 9, 11, 13, 15. Same as creep chance. Mortal Strike hero rescaled to a flat 300. Reworked Mortal Strike versus creep. Grants an up to a 15% chance to kill a non-player, non-ancient unit in 1 hit and gain a charge counter. Can cast Mortal Strike to summon skeletons equal to the number of charges you have. Max of 7 charges. Skeletons are not bound to you and will auto-attack the targets the first targets they find. Activation requires 75 mana, has a 50-second cooldown. Skeletons have 35-40 damage, 1.2 attack rate, 350 move, 350 health, grant 15 golden bounty. They're summoned once for every 0.2 seconds, 0.25 seconds. The first is immediate. If you have them improve your lifesteal if your attack dealt enough damage to kill the creep, which is great. Casting Hellfire Blast orders all skeletons to attack the target. So you are literally the Skeleton King. You summon skeletons using Mortal Strike. I think that's awesome. That's
imagine, right, 2 things. Right.
It is wank, but I want to summon skeletons.
No, imagine if the skeletons were like, I'm trying to check the model. If they're like the spoopy skeletons of the trolls, that would be hilarious.
They're little skellies. They're little skellies like that. Which means they have piercing damage, if I remember right, unless they remove that from the game.
Literally 2 of the talents are just about skeletons.
Yeah. Plus 5 max skeletons. And plus 30 skeletons.
Undying into an actual Undying. And they turned Wraith's King into an actual Skeleton King.
Yes, they have. He's an actual Skeleton King, and Undying is an actual Undying guy.
In the test client, it's really hard to buy items.
Alright, how do the skeletons work with reincarnation costs Wraithfire Blasts?
I think because it's not targeted, it doesn't change anything.
Right, but casting Hellfire Blast on a target will order all skeletons to attack that target. Do they pick a random target? It is the little skeletons, yeah.
It is, yeah.
So now Wraith King is kind of a semi-push hero.
Holy fuck.
So you kill creeps.
Holy shit! Splinter Blast is actually on all the other units. That's fucking disgusting.
Alright, and Zeus. Plus 170 Art Lightning damage is pretty fucking big.
Good. That's
pretty fucking big.
Imagine
also in this update
with Lycan. Skeletons with Howl.
Shit.
So, the hero loadout now allows you to select between different tiny grow sizes and Night Stalker nighttime and daytime forms. Who cares? When typing in chat using a colon will bring up autocomplete for all of your owned emoticons.
Yes, that's really useful.
There you go. Chat links are now automatically clickable. Links sent to public chat channels are redirected through Steam link filter.
Nice.
You can now chat with your party in-game using the /p chat command. Out of the following heroes to the workshop: Pangolin, Jakiro, Ancient Apparition, and Techies. Head slot for PL. New drafting UI. Added support for chat during draft. Added support for swapping ability slots. This is ability draft. Who cares? Bug fixes for Zeus, Gyro, DK, TP, Nyx, and Terrorblade. Added support for inverse kinematics.
That's the link I sent earlier.
Aligning to cliff faces, stairways, and other inclined surfaces she travels across. Awesome. That's it, lads. That's the patch.
That's the patch. Well, I mean, I'll be interested to see how Purge's analysis of it differs from ours.
Oh, I think it's going to be a little bit different. I think it's going to be a little bit different. So that was 3.5 hours of us reading patch notes. For those of you that don't really play Dota very much, I would say this is a brief look through at what this means.
I could say so much more about every single hero.
Yeah, literally. I mean, honestly, most of it, how we feel about it, is going to come out when we play these heroes, when we play against these heroes. And as usual, it's going to take months for us to really see what items are good. Like, we wrote off, instantly, me and Plague wrote off most of these new items as being no fucking good, right? We were like, why would you ever buy that and stuff? But I guarantee you, some fucker will come up with a way of making these amazing, and we'll be like, "Holy shit, these items are so OP!"
Yeah.
Like I looked at Meteor Hammer, man, and it just looks wank. 3-second channel. Summons a meteor in a 300 AOE, which is like nothing, and it stuns them for like not even 2 seconds.
I think let me it depends, because the thing is the numbers you never know really. Like, let me try it now. Buy me a Meteor Hammer.
All I know is that I can't honestly play Dota until the patch is out. Now that I've seen this is the usual thing.
Yeah.
You've seen the patch notes, you're like, I'm done with this game until the patch comes out. Right?
Comes out Wednesday, right?
The cosmetics are totally fucked in the test client though. When you demo heroes, they're
a lot
really
of things are fucked in the test client.
So what's the Meteor Hammer like?
So the AoE is like massive, right?
Really? 300?
It's like for this meteor thing, it's like the same size as kinetic field about.
Okay,
so quite a big AoE, and then I guess the channel time.
3 seconds.
Say for instance you have like a Nyx, right?
Yeah.
And you use Impale and then use Meteor Hammer, you probably get that off every time because the combination of the stun plus the fact that they then have to move out of range of the meteor.
True. But it's like it's a combo item, isn't it?
Yeah. Because it does 60 damage to structures, so it's like a pushy, like you can get it off.
Yeah. That was the thing. The fact that it does damage to structures, I thought was interesting.
I can see that being good with Jakiro with Ice Path into like while they're liquid fired. Or Acropied even.
Yeah, get him with the old thingy. Interesting. I mean, you'd want to set up the meteor first, and then. But again, I think against a single target, I think it would be good because you could chain stuff against them. Lion plus someone with that, I could get it. But in terms of like who are you going to build it on? You're going to build it on a carry? Because if you look at the things it gives you, I'm just wondering who you'd build it on, as opposed to other items.
I think it looks like it's going to be quite good on Jakiro. Let me see.
So, just to summarize a few things from what we've seen, obviously we're not experts. There'll be a lot of patches by pros and people like Merlini and Purge that are far more detailed. Evasion seems to have been nerfed from our perspective. Plague, I think that's fair, isn't it? From what we've looked at so far.
I would say evasion,
the stuff like accuracy and stuff. Evasion. Yeah, a lot of that kind of stuff seems to have been nerfed. But we'll see. As people, on a utility caster, I could imagine that, Skolder. I could imagine that. But again, I kind of wonder, are other items better? Because it ain't cheap. That's the thing. The Meteor Hammer is fucking pricey for what it does. Anyway, I think it's an interesting patch. The 2 new heroes. I think the Pangolin guy looks fucking insane. I look forward to him getting nerfed in about 3 weeks' time because fuck me. That hero was nuts. Like, if you look at what he does, if you missed the earlier part, just look at his abilities. You do this thing called Swashbuckle, which is like a free 4-star /blink, where he does this. I don't know if it's interruptible.
It's vector targeting. That's so cool to me.
Yeah, so he goes and targets a point where he's going to go to and a direction he wants to attack in, and then shield crash, which is like damage and damage reduction the more heroes he hits. So he can fucking do that. If you jump him, he does that, and all of a sudden he takes way less damage. And then you've got Heart Piercer, which also procs off of his Q. So there's Heart Piercer just proccing off him, and now look at him do this on the Clockwork. So now he goes on the Clockwork. In a second, there it is. Wait, he fucked it up. There we go. Blah, 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 blah. Procs Heart Piercer, so now Clockwork is fucked for armor. And his armor, by the way, fully negate enemy armor. That is insane. And then his ult, which again also combos with the shield bash thing, that he rolls through the enemy team, taking he's immune to magic while he does that. That's crazy. Has a brief shallowing period is right. And then he comes out of it and he gives fucking swashbuckle. I mean, this hero looks insane. There's that channel, 1 and a bit second, like 1 second channel time, and he's away. He's just rolling around and jumping and slowing, and I mean, fuck me, that hero's crazy. Dark Willow, I'm sure she's good in the right hands. At the moment,
I tell you what though, I've been looking at the talents for Dark Willow is mental. She gets 200 attack speed at level 25, and it is just ridiculous, especially with the like the spells that she has. You literally just like a fucking machine gun.
Still less than Crystal Maiden, mate. Just want to point that out. Still less.
Try that now, actually.
Yeah, let me see what tell us what the Crystal Maiden attack speed talent is like. How fast is it?
Should I get it with the Maelstrom as well?
Yeah. Give her a Maelstrom and attack speed talent.
Just buy moon shards. Buy like 6 moon shards.
Nah, that's not realistic, dude. I'm going for a literal straight up. Right, so we're level 20. Let's spawn the dummy. We'll get a Maelstrom. God, buying items so hard. Jesus Christ. It's like something out of a fucking cartoon.
Oh my god. Alright, I'm sure you guys are all looking forward to playing the new patch on Wednesday like I am. I'm going to play some Kaiser Reich tomorrow, finish off that game. We'll get a bit way into it. So cheers for helping me, lads. I do appreciate it. That was fucking brilliant. But I love reading the fucking patch notes. I was giving the kids dinner when the patch notes came up, and I was on my phone, and my kids were like, "Is this important?" I was like, "Yeah, it's important. Are you kidding me? It's Julie Fates. Like, if Jesus Christ, it's the patch notes." They were like, "Daddy, can you just fucking spend some time with us?" I was like, "Yeah, all right." I was like trying to scan the patch notes with one finger, so I couldn't really read them till we were able to have a good look at them. But cheers, lads. I'll see you tomorrow anyway.
Yep.
All right, peace. Oh, patch notes analysis. At a scrub tier, obviously. If you want actual patch notes analysis, Purge, Malini, those are the guys to go to, as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure some pros will go over them as well. So, yeah, have a look at what they have to say, because I'm really interested in what they have to say. This is just like a scrub's view. So take it for what it is. This is like your average Dota player looking at these patch lists and thinking, holy shit, that's ridiculous. But yeah, that was thank you to Munt and thank you to Plague. And thanks for you guys for watching. I'll be back tomorrow morning for some more streaming. I'll probably do some Kaiser Reich because we're in the middle of quite an important invasion of communist France in Hearts of Iron 4. So I hope you can join me for that. Until then, take it easy. We can wait 2 days. But when the patch lands, just remember, it's going to be fucking nuts. I cannot wait. Peace out.